All right, says we're live. Check, 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 check. Okay, we're rolling. Let me welcome a few people. I'm listening. What's up? Trail, what's going on? Dave, what's happening? Black Lion, what's going on? Toya with the apple. AB, beaming in on Transporter 7, his favorite. Black Lion, what's up? Vince, Lewis, RFM, what's going on? Just being jazzy, what's going on? Pharaoh, what's going on? Black Pill, what's up? Talaya, I'm not even gonna try that. The Hebrew. Okay, Shalom. Indigo, what's going on? Tango, what's happening? SLN Fitness, what's going on? My boy Chemistry is in the house. Cafe, what's happening? Dave, Gundam, what's going on? And Urban Naturalist, what's going on? Let's see who else is there. David Class and Chris, the player. All right, my black pillar. Depends on how you define black pill. Tango and autistic males. What's going on? Depends on how you define black pill. I don't define black pill how the so-called white manosphere defines black pill. I define it by the original meaning. Agrees to agree or disagree. Do you? I know how you got black men's best interests at heart. Oh, I know you got black men's best. Yeah, I try. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's see, and see if I can find it. Let's see, before we get started, where is it? Before we get started, I just want to say,
What's up, boss? You believe now? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe now? Huh? Oh no. I read through that bull junk you wrote down. I read through that. I sifted through all that. Yeah. Oh no. Come on. Do you believe? You don't believe. You just answered it. You don't believe. Next question.
do you believe now? All right, and doing good, Dave. Ronan, what's up? Yeah. Well, the incels borrowed it, but that's not the black pill. That's not black pill philosophy. So that's why I simply say, "What do you? Are you a black pillar?" That means uh, that means I have to clarify because black pill's got a bad name because of the incels. What's today's segment? It's there. Do black women uh, get bored in marriage? And there's a video going around with a black woman, a new content creator is doing. He's actually doing interviews, much like what is it, the soft white underbelly in that sense. But he did a interview with a black woman that got divorced from her husband, after losing weight. So I thought that was a good segment to actually to talk about since it is a men's channel. We have to keep it in the mix, and we're not talking politics today. So yeah, they do. They do. In fact, we're gonna start off with the psychologist. Shout out to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Okay, with the segment. Why she says Sadia Khan explains why women cheat more than men. Okay, so
People that watch it are the ones that are struggling, and they're usually similar kind of issues. There's only 3 or 4 issues that all my clients will have.
What is that?
Infidelity, men using men in very much infidelity on part of the woman.
Women cheat more than men?
Far more.
Come on.
Far more.
Come on.
Far from. And
why do you think women cheat more than men?
Because they're in denial about the infidelity. When they cheat, they don't even label it as that. If a woman starts cheating,
what do they label it as?
They label it as my husband's no longer satisfying me. They won't even say I'm cheating. They'll say my husband isn't satisfied. They find a way to redirect and shift the terminology so that they are void of guilt.
Really?
Absolutely.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's give you a famous example of terminology shifting to avoid guilt.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Responsibility is a woman's kryptonite. That's why it's never her fault. This is how women cope with the guilt and shame they feel after engaging in immoral activities of which they are fully aware. And the sisterhood support this foolishness. Disgusting.
So how do we know women are cheating more than men? What is it like? Is this public knowledge? Is it surveys? Or are you just hearing this from the people you're coaching?
The people I'm coaching, because firstly, you'll know, it's simple signs that you'll know. Firstly, when the guy, I always say infidelity is a result of men not being masculine and women not being feminine. And what I mean by this is if a woman is cheating, it's because she has a man that accepts unacceptable because he is unwilling to walk away when his boundaries are.
Yeah, and then when we go through the next segment to the interview, okay, then yeah, you'll hear her say it.
Broken.
This is gold, but it's not the only reason why women cheat more than men. Check this out.
Women get bored faster than men. And you can see it in studies because it's like 70% of the divorces are started by the women.
Typically require higher amounts of stimulation, not just physical, mental, emotional, the works, than men do.
We get bored in bed faster than men. That is 100% scientific fact. If we are sleeping with the same partner in the same way for a little while, chances are we are starting to get bored. Women and women's brains need novelty in the bedroom. We need to be surprised. We need to be trying new things. We actually need it a lot more than men do in order to continue to reach the same heights of pleasure and satisfaction. So if you've been laying the pipe the same way over and over, chances are that she's getting bored and she's probably just too afraid to tell you.
Modern women are overstimulated to the point one man cannot satisfy them. Watch our video about the 15-year-old girl, how she is bombarded with attention at such a young age. Thanks to the impact of social media, she had heard and seen everything before she went to college. Women no longer have to leave the house to get attention.
So what will happen is when women meet that man, with a good woman with good morals, and she doesn't want that man. She's like, I don't want to.
She'll leave.
She'll leave. She'll replace him with somebody who has boundaries that suit her morals. But a woman,
but she won't cheat because she'll have the values of like, this isn't working. It's sad.
No, I don't want
but
somebody.
I'm not going to cheat while I'm with you.
No desire to cheat. Yeah. She's not a sexual being. Yeah, and so she's looking for somebody who can lead a household. But the woman who's planning to come home late all the time and planning to go on a bunch of holidays and planning to keep in touch with her ex and planning to post a bunch of provocative pictures online. He's perfect. He's perfect, because he'll maybe pay for everything. He'll maybe sort the house out, maybe give her the kids. He's perfect. So that agreeable.
And she can keep getting the validation from all these other men in
whoever
certain ways.
She wants. And he'll say, oh, babe, I don't really like that bikini picture. And she'll say, stop oppressing me. And that will be the end of the conversation. And she'll carry on doing what she wants. And he'll say, oh, are you going to come home today? I'll come home when I want. And that's what he'll say, okay. And because she recognizes he doesn't have the willingness to walk away, when the man isn't masculine, his days are numbered.
This is,
yeah, that is correct. And what I've been telling you, man, people are asking me why do women get divorced more than men, right? Why women file for divorce is because guess what? They get bored, right? What I always say is boredom Okay, is money is part of it. What is it, money and infidelity? But basically, in modern marriage, it's boredom. Okay, because um, you don't have roles anymore. Okay, there's no duties anymore. So basically, you get with a partner to fulfill your emotional needs, so to speak. And guess what? Emotions are flighty, and women get bored. And women get bored like 4 or 5 times faster than men. That's how come they file for divorce 80% of the time, 5 times, 4 or 5 times more than men do, especially black women. That's how come the divorce rate for black people is 80%. Okay, and the average marriage is 5 years. In fact, I think was it Diane Stewart in her book Black Women, Black Love, which I probably will have to go back over that, do a book study on that, because she lays a lot of ground rules. She talks about the black women and marriage, and what she wants is she calls it an Africana kinship network, which Dr. T calls it a gynecotesto network, right? And the thing is, they need an Africana network with network of women because they're going to replace the guy every 4 years. In other words, in her mind, she wants to marry a guy, see if he works out, have a couple kids, leave him, take the kids, marry another guy, have another kid or so, see if it's not any good until she finds them, gets old enough and finds a man that she likes enough to where she's going to settle down and keep him for the rest of her life. That's her vision. Okay. And believe it or not, a lot of black women do follow that. But this one, this is the reason I'm actually doing this, because this actually, did part of this. When wife loses 100 pounds and then cheats. Actually did part of this on Saturday with AB Media. Okay, we actually did it, but we didn't get to finish, is because guess what? You got a copyright. So we're gonna do the intro, and then we're gonna go through the rest of it. I have to go full screen. I can't show it. I have to go full screen, and then we'll actually go through her interview. In fact, let's speed it up a tad so we can get through it a little faster, and we'll react to this. Very, very, very interesting case study.
Here's a story. You're married, have a kid, a happy home, and then you work on yourself, lose over 100 pounds, and become unrecognizable, both inside and out. You hang out more and ultimately step out on your marriage. There's hurt, pain, and a divorce. You live life with regret, but your story isn't finished.
What I thought at the time was love, I had never felt that before, ever. I have never felt so more desired in my life, ever.
Was sleeping with your husband difficult?
Very.
Why?
Because I only wanted the other guy.
Wow. I'm obviously not yours and you're not mine, but I don't
he was mine. He was mine. I'm sorry, honey. He was mine.
How did your husband find out?
I confessed. I couldn't sleep. My conscience was eating me alive and I was exhausted. I was ready to leave my baby, leave my family. This was nice. I love y'all. I see y'all on the weekend. I wanted to be with him at all costs.
Okay, we'll skip past this and get into the interview.
Into the interviews. I don't like to take the scenic route, as I like to say. How did you ruin your marriage?
Infidelity. I will say that is the simplest way to put it.
Infidelity. And I feel like the narrative is always the man cheats. Yes. The man messed up. We were having a conversation off camera and you was just like, everybody that you talk to says, well, what did he do?
Yeah.
What do you feel about that narrative?
Yeah, I think people automatically go to the man being the problem. So when I say, I'm divorced, whatever, they're like, oh God, what did he do? Oh, good for you. You can do better. And it's like, oh, it was me, actually. It wasn't him.
How was your marriage? Was this like a tumultuous relationship that you had?
Now, the thing is, normally they'll say he was abusive, he was not attentive, he didn't provide, a lot of different stuff, like it didn't work out. Listen to what she says, okay? This is what she says. She says the exact opposite.
If you could give me just a little backstory about like how the dynamic of the relationship was.
So we met when I was about 19. And he became my best friend. We decided to get married a few years later. We got married very young. I was about 23 at the time. Got married very young, and he was amazing. He was a great provider. He was a good friend, and things were good. We had a baby. Things were good until they weren't.
And why weren't they?
Well, before when we met, I was 130 pounds heavier. So I lost 130 pounds and kind of lost my mind, so to speak.
Well, you lost 130 pounds in the relationship?
In the relationship. When we got married, I was 320 pounds at my heaviest. And yeah, lost the weight and kind of went south.
Was this the first time that you've ever been slimmer and like?
Yes. All my life, I've been a fat girl. So this was the first time that I actually got to be the it girl, so to speak, you know.
And what about your husband?
What about him? You mean like
weight-wise? Was he?
Oh, well, he was a bigger guy, but it wasn't too crazy at the time. He was a bigger guy, but he loved me big. He never complained. He always complimented me, treated me like I was beautiful, but I didn't feel beautiful. So I went ahead with the weight loss.
There's a narrative about big women, right? One of the narratives that I hate.
Yeah, she's still big. She's still a big girl. Toya, you know, I don't know. We have to talk to Toya and see how she handled it. You know, because Toya, you know, Toya made no secret. Toya was a big girl. You know, she was a quote unquote fat girl when she was young. Okay, and Toya lost the weight. You know, Toya, you know, she trimmed down. Now, you know, Toya's but you know, and I think Toya told a story one time about how she lost the weight, and but I think Toya handled it better. The sex life show was different. Okay, the sex life was different.
Here is that big women know how to treat a man, right?
We might do a sex life on a. I might do a sex life on a Patreon because I don't want the copyright. But sex life actually dealt with not weight, but sex life dealt with a thunderbolt. So I might do that on a Patreon and just do a watch. So we can actually go through it and can actually show you the segments of a thunderbolt and how that happened. Anyhow, continuing.
This is sort of because, I don't know, like maybe the world isn't at their feet. Yeah. Maybe they do have to be humble and display humility to have people like them or be into them or, you know, sort of. So from the big girl perspective, can you speak to that?
Well, not really, because he was obsessed with me. I mean, when I say in a healthy way, he loved me deeply. And I never felt like I had to do a lot to keep him around. He always wanted to be around.
Right. So maybe not with him, but I mean, like in other relationships that you've had in the past, or men that you've been around in the past, or whatever.
Okay. So like, I hadn't had many relationships, but a few that I did have, I don't know. I felt like the fat girl.
Right.
Yeah. And so.
Do you feel like you have to be extra nice?
I didn't feel like I had to be extra nice, but I felt like I had to go above and beyond with like fashion or my hair. I always had to be, everything had to be in place.
Right.
If I was going to be fat, I was going to be fat and fly.
So he worshiped the ground you walked on. What made you lose the weight?
I was just tired of feeling that way. I was tired of feeling how I felt.
Let's see. Go ahead and show the screen real quick. Okay, that's him and that's her. And that's how big she was. So I wish I could play it, but you know, like we tried it on AB's and on the Coliseum when they stopped it right.
So I wanted to get it done.
I was speaking to someone that used to be fat, and they're a fitness person now. And one of the things she said to me was, "There's not a fat person that isn't depressed."
I can agree with that. I was very depressed when I was at that weight, even throughout my marriage. And even my ex-husband would reassure me and tell me, "You're beautiful, don't worry." I still felt bad within myself.
So he watches you lose this weight, but he loved you for who you were.
Yeah.
But you didn't love you for who you were.
Exactly.
Does he not diet with you? Does he not go to the gym with you? Does he not want to do all those things? Or he just sort of like...
He just supported me.
Right.
He was kind of comfortable where he was, and his main focus was just me and supporting me.
So his main focus was assisting you.
Yes.
And just supporting you and being there for you.
Yes, absolutely.
So where did it go wrong? When you lost that weight, you looked in the mirror and then you were just like, hold on. Do you think that he could have married that girl that lost 130 pounds?
Honestly, probably not.
Or that he would even want to?
Oh, I look pretty amazing. So he probably would have wanted to. But I don't think he could have. Now thinking back, I don't think so. Yeah.
Do you think that he felt that when he looked at you?
I think that he felt betrayal. How could you do this? And I met you at this weight. How could you lose this weight and just totally change when I met you at this weight?
You think that he felt betrayal?
I think that he did, because he supported me. He was there for me when I was 320 pounds. But then when I lost the weight, I was different. My behaviors were different.
What do you mean?
I dressed differently. I wore more fitting clothes. I started to go out a lot more with my girlfriends, more than ever. I started getting a lot of attention, a lot more attention from men. And I didn't know how to handle it. I just couldn't handle it.
I think about two different mentalities, right? I think about
what I say about women. Attention is what? Food, right? That's what my my spiritual teacher told me almost 30 years ago, right? He said attention is food to females. It's like kryptonite. Changing the subject.
about the girl that gets the BBL. One day, I don't know, let's say she has an undesirable body. The next day, she's the most desirable woman in the world. There's a mentality that goes into that, right?
Yes.
Because in your mind, you're still that girl before the body. You can't just change that overnight.
Right.
But when you lose the weight and you put in the work for the weight to be gone, I feel like the mentality is sort of gradual and you sort of become that person in a different way. What do you think about that?
Well, let me correct you. So I had weight loss surgery. So I didn't put in as much work. It's kind of similar to getting a BBL. You go in one day and you don't have a desirable body, and then you come out and you do. With weight loss surgery, it's gradual, but it's kind of quick when you lose the weight. You lose the weight pretty quickly. I lost 100 pounds in 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's quick.
What kind of surgery was it?
That was fast. Yeah, that's fast. Yeah, so she almost had a body transformation. That's really fast. Psychologically, she didn't have time to adjust to it.
The sleeve, gastric sleeve.
Okay, and they just...
So they make your stomach smaller so you can consume less.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, very old surgery. Yeah, everybody's getting it now. Everybody and their mama. Everybody.
Okay. So you going out, you hanging out more.
Yeah.
Does he say something to you?
At first, he kind of let it slide. He stayed at home with the baby. I had a 1-year-old at the time.
Remember what the psychologist was just saying about men not holding their boundaries and letting things slide and worshiping the ground that they walked on and stuff like that. She was just saying that, right? That he let it slide. Okay. He didn't say anything. He let it slide. He basically let his boundaries go. Remember that? That's why I played it. She was, she's correct. See, that's an element to divorce.
Time. And he stayed at home with the baby and he kind of let me do my thing. Yeah, at first.
And then it was like, all right.
And then he was like, okay, do you have to go out every weekend?
He was out every weekend.
And during the week sometimes.
So you're meeting men?
Well,
see, do you have to go out every weekend? Can you stay home sometimes? Guess what she did? She ignored it, right? Because his boundaries, she had no respect for his boundaries anymore. And guess what? She lost respect for him. She lost respect for him. She lost love for him. Yeah, he made himself a cuck. That's what he did. He didn't check her. Yeah.
No, not at first. So I was getting a lot of attention from men.
Right.
But at first, that was all it was. It was nothing any more than that. Just the attention. Yeah.
If you're going out all the time, baby, you lying. That's a lie. Okay. That is a lie. Okay. Nobody goes out all the time, gets attention, and doesn't do anything. No, that's a lie. That was a lie. I don't believe that one. If you're going out, that's a lie.
Bring me to the day you cheated for the first time.
So met a guy at work and we started to become friends. He was very flirtatious, gave me a lot of attention. I had just had a baby. I was about a year postpartum. And I was feeling, the weight was gone, but I was still feeling bad. I was feeling bored and frumpy and I just wanted some excitement.
Well, you see? What did I say? What did I say? I was feeling bored and I wanted some excitement.
And he and I became friends and it was innocent at first. And then it gradually started to progress into something a little more inappropriate each day.
Bullshit. Bullshit. He was exciting. Okay. And you were married and you were hesitant. That's all. You wasn't friends. Stop with that bullshit.
Okay. I worked with this guy.
Work husband.
I had to see him.
Yeah.
You know, he would walk me to my car if it was too dark at night, whatever. And we began to talk on the phone. It was over after that. The phone.
And did your husband know you were talking to a man on the phone? Okay. Did your husband know the guy? If you're talking that much to a guy, he's your work husband. Did you ever mention the guy to your husband? No, you didn't, because you know he wasn't your goddamn friend. Stop that bullshit.
When we started talking, we became friends, and it was like, well, let's go out for a drink. I'm like, okay, cool. So then now I'm lying to my husband saying I'm going out with the girls when really I'm going to meet him.
Yeah.
And it just gradually worked itself up from there. And I was just so enamored with this person and his personality and his charisma. And he wasn't boring. And I was excited to go to work. You know, it was crazy. It's crazy.
Wow. Oh man, like you experiencing that, it was such a new feeling.
Yes, very new. I had
Yeah, exactly. Old boy from work it had game. He's seen a mark. Exactly. You're gonna find out later on. Back problems. Back exactly, Ronan. That's
never
what
felt
happened.
that way before in my life, ever. Like the excitement, what I thought at the time was love. I had never felt that before, ever. I have never felt so more desired in my life, ever. And even though my husband, he was very uplifting. You're beautiful. You're this, but this was different. This was. Not only did he tell me I was beautiful, but I actually felt it too. You know, when my husband would tell me, I'd be like, oh, whatever, you're supposed to say that. But when this guy, it was
TJB, he wasn't born equal. He wasn't fat. No, it's not that he wasn't fat. He had game. Okay. He's experienced at doing this. Okay. Well,
it was just
fat
different.
size has nothing to do with it.
Even the way he speak about it, you know,
yeah,
I could tell that it sort of brings you back to that
very
feeling.
Intense.
And it's
very intense.
Very intense.
Yeah.
So you're out for a drink. You have a drink. It goes too far.
Way too far. We started talking every single day, meeting before work, staying late after work, and it just progressed from there.
And just progressed from the bullshit. That's bullshit. It don't take that long, baby. It don't take that long. If you're that enamored with him, it don't take that long.
Where did y'all have sex at?
Oh wow. At a hotel for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. At a hotel.
You set it up like, all right, this is gonna happen.
Well, he set it up. We talked about it a lot. I was very scared because I had never stepped out in my relationship ever. So I was very, very scared, but I was willing to take the risk because that's how intense the relationship between us had got.
It's interesting that you said I never stepped out in my relationship, but you were emotionally stepping out of your relationship, and how we don't sort of factor that into like the cheating aspect, and which is probably the more dangerous thing that we could be doing, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
but I meant before him. Before him, I had never emotionally, I wasn't talking to anybody, never. When I met him, that's when it all started. The emotional cheating and then the physical cheating.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe I just don't believe that, man. I don't believe that.
After that hotel, we call it Pandora's box, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because once you open it, it's impossible to close.
Impossible.
It's impossible. Once you open that up, what was the difference in being at home? What was the energy like when you went back home? What you now, like we said, we've uncovered it.
Yeah.
She was the easy mark because she was a fat girl, right? And she got a new body, and she wanted validation, and she wanted excitement. He saw it coming because she's inexperienced. She never got that kind of attention before, or that kind of intense attention before. He knew that she would fall. You'll find out he had done it before.
Forbidden. Some things are left off limits because God knows we cannot cut it off.
Can't handle it.
Right. So what was that dynamic like when you come back home and nobody knows, and it's still your secret?
Well, it was exciting because it was a secret. But when I came home, I loathed coming home. I did not want to come home. I wanted to be in that excitement, that euphoria forever. I hated coming home. So it was hard. I lived a double life. I was a different person at work and with him, and I was a different person at home with my baby and with my ex-husband. It was hard. It was very exhausting, but it was so exciting and enchanting, and I did not want to stop. It became an addiction.
Was sleeping with your husband difficult?
Very.
Why?
Because I only wanted the other guy.
Wow.
I was so in love. I thought I was in love. I was, my random, crazy, mixed up depiction of love. That's what I felt at the time. And I didn't want anybody with him. Nobody.
And at this time, is this other guy married?
He was. I didn't know at the time. I just thought he had a living girlfriend, but it turns out that was his wife.
You believe the lie. Oh boy, yeah, he believed a lot. But live-in girlfriend, okay. Live-in girlfriend, really? Okay. And you still cheated with the guy? You in love? Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you find it easier to cheat with somebody that was with somebody? Or did you not care? You were just so enamored by this one individual?
Well, I didn't care. I was
Okay.
so enamored. It wasn't his wife, so I thought I was okay. I'm like, whatever, it's just your baby mama, who cares? But I was a little jealous because there were times I wanted to be with him and I couldn't because he had someone else. I had way more freedom than him.
And that's the thing.
Way more.
You do this thing, right? And I'm obviously not yours and you're not mine. But
no, he was mine. He was mine. I'm sorry, honey. He was mine at the time. So I thought, right? I was going crazy. Nearly lost it. He was mine at the time.
So when you found out this is actually his wife, how do you feel? Does your feelings change? Does your disposition change? Like, or do you just like, you know what, I don't give a fuck?
Well, actually, I didn't find out until it was over between him and I.
Oh.
But it crushed me, even after the fact. It crushed me because I felt like he lied. Like, how could you lie to me?
You didn't do your due diligence, did you? You could have asked the people in the office that you work with about him to see if he was married. She didn't want to know. She got bored, and he was excited, and he was available, and he was willing.
We don't lie here. You know, we tell each other everything. How could you lie? So I felt betrayed, but it was over by that point, so it was nothing.
The height of your infidelity, the height. What was that? What was it regular day like?
Oh, it was euphoria. It was talking to him and texting him all day. It was getting in trouble at work because I'm in my phone all day. It was figuring out how I'm going to lie to get out of the house this evening because I got to get to this man. We're going out. I don't care what it is. I got to go. So at the height of my infidelity, it was just euphoric. It was euphoric. That's the only way I can describe it.
Damn. I see you go back to that place. It's very interesting to watch.
Yeah.
How did your husband find out?
I confessed.
Nah, bullshit. Wow. You'll find out bullshit.
I confessed. I couldn't sleep. My conscience was eating me alive, and I was exhausted from all the lies. And I had to be
bullshit. But we'll find out bullshit.
One person at work, one person with him, one person at church. It was too much. I couldn't talk to anybody about it.
And this is after how long?
Maybe like 18 months.
18 months. Bullshit. Yeah. You kept doing it.
That connected to someone else.
Yeah.
And be doing the secret with someone else. Y'all talking on the job.
Yeah.
Y'all talking on the job.
I mean, yeah, we have. It has happened. It did happen a couple times. No, but most of the time it was set up for hotel stays.
Yeah, no, I'm being messy. Sorry. Yeah. No, but that's a long time to be, let alone not just fucking, but just talking to somebody. 18 months.
I was exhausted. I was exhausted.
No, you weren't.
It became very messy between me and the other guy because I wanted his time, and he knew what it was.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Well, you knew what it was too, because he had to live in. He had to live in. You knew what it was too. If you can't see him when you want to, and you're that involved, and you're married, you have more time than him. How's that possible? And you got a 1-year-old, 1 or 2-year-old at home, and a husband, and you have more time than him. You should know. You're not that dumb. No woman's that dumb. Okay, you knew what it was. You didn't want to know.
Know what it was. I mean, I knew, but I didn't want to accept it.
See?
I thought that the relationship that we had was so powerful that I could change his mind.
You didn't care.
You know what's crazy? I heard this like one. I don't know if it's a quote, but it was just like, you never hear the story about the side dude, right?
Yeah.
Like the side dude never.
Why do you think her husband knew, OG? I'm sure he probably suspected. He couldn't prove it. He didn't want to break up his family. I'm sure he suspected, OG. But why do you think he knew?
I was out like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, but you hear a lot of side chicks.
Because maybe women get that emotional attachment that men sort of can just disconnect from.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think he disconnected that easy, but way easier than myself. He knew what it was. He was more logical about it than I was. I was ready to leave my baby, leave my family. This was nice. I love y'all. I see y'all on the weekend. I wanted to be with him at all costs.
You was ready to leave your kid.
When I say leave my kid, I mean, here, Dad, you can have her. I'll see y'all on the weekend. If this don't work out, she's yours. Just let me be happy with him. At the time, looking back on that now, I'm like,
left.
Oh,
yeah,
it's cringy. Left. It is cringy, but I was gone. My mind was gone at the time.
Yeah,
I was really in love. So
18 months bullshit.
that euphoria that you described earlier. It can't be manufactured, you know?
I had never felt that way before, ever.
So you tell him, what does he say? How do you tell him?
Well,
I know you went back and forth in your mind about it a couple times.
He had been probing.
See,
and I went back and forth in my mind about it. I talked.
See, he had been probing. See, it wasn't that she got tired or she felt guilty or anything shit like that. She didn't feel that goddamn guilty. Because if she did, she wouldn't have stepped out as much as she did. She didn't feel like she didn't care. What did the dating coach psychologist say? Yeah, all her clients, her female clients, is because the man was so she calls masculine enough. He actually enforced his boundaries enough. So she abused it. So she was exactly right because she didn't care.
To a therapist about it because it was haunting me. I talked to my therapist about it. I had talked to my mom about it, and I talked to my pastor about it. I was going crazy. I couldn't have this guy, but I couldn't stop what we were doing, and I was just completely bored with my relationship at home. I just wanted to be done. In my mind, I wanted to tell him what I had done. I wanted him to leave me, and so I could be with this guy.
Bullshit.
That's what the plan was at first.
Isn't that
I had to work through that.
Yeah.
Definitely not what happened.
Hell no.
Heck no. Definitely not what happened.
Bullshit.
So yeah.
So you tell him, what was the conversation like?
So I had went out and he had got a hold of one of my books. And I alluded to something in one of my little journals about an exciting night that I had out. Didn't use any names, but he put 2 and 2.
So in other words, you didn't confess. You admitted it after he caught you. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Now you tell the truth. What did he say? Well, I say if you let them talk long enough, they confess.
Together, and he's like, "What's going on?"
And he invaded your privacy.
He invaded my privacy, and he was just rambling. He knew something was going on, but he couldn't catch me. He couldn't put his finger on it. I had all types of locks on my phone. He could not figure it out.
Right.
I was sneaking out. I was doing this, doing that, saying I was with my girlfriend, saying I was going here, lying to this man essentially. And so he started to probe around the house for weeks. And he was questioning me, and it was just getting on my nerves, and I was becoming more and more anxious. I said, "Look, this is what it is."
That must have felt good. Just to finally get it off of your chest.
Just to get it off my chest. Yeah, it felt good. But the pain that I saw in his eyes, that didn't feel good. Because that was my best friend. That was my best friend. And that didn't feel good. He was so discombobulated when I told him. He was very upset. He took a walk. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning because I was out. Why are you out at 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm somebody's wife and mama, got the little baby at home. I was out.
Yeah.
When I came in, he was up waiting.
Yep.
And we talked about this little thing he read in the book. I let it go. I couldn't hold it anymore. I was sick.
He caught you.
It was making me sick.
No, it caught you. No, you got caught. Shut up.
Discombobulated how?
He had so many questions.
Yeah.
He had so many questions. Is this where you were on this day? Is this what you did when you said you were this person?
You play every conversation.
Oh yeah. She journaled all. He found all the books. Okay. He found all the books. So what he was trying to, he didn't want to end his marriage on a whim, right? Because he loved a woman, had a kid, had a decent marriage, and he was trying to save the marriage. Okay. He's trying to save the marriage. And so he said, if I'm going to leave, I got to catch her. I got to have some solid evidence. So he probably been for months. He probably been trying to, he probably let it go for like she lost weight. I'm going to let her go have her fun for a year or so and then see if she changes. And she didn't. And so then he started to look for evidence because he knew he had to leave, but he needed a reason to leave. That's how come he was probing.
Yeah, it was bad.
And at this point, you're just being brutally honest.
I was being honest.
Well, you were still trying to.
I was tiptoeing,
right?
Because I was like, I don't know what this man is going to do to me.
Right.
I mean, I know him,
right?
But people, you never know. People snap. And so, I was holding my baby because I'm like, he ain't going to kill me with the baby in my hand. I hope. So I was holding the baby. And she didn't know. She's 1 year old. She's 2 years old at the time.
Yeah.
She didn't know what was going on. And so I'm holding the baby and I'm just telling him things slowly. Not everything, but some things.
Yeah. See.
And it was hard for him.
He comes back in the house and then what?
He's like, I'm moving. I'm leaving. I'm going to live with my brother. I need to stay there for a couple of days, a couple months. I don't know. I got to get out of here.
This might sound like a weird question.
Yeah, he was done. He was done. That was the last straw.
Well, was a part of you relieved when he was?
Yes, because I'm like, I get to be with my boyfriend now. So part of me was relieved. I didn't know what it entailed to have my helpmate gone. So I asked him not to leave because I showed, I wanted to show him that I was,
Yeah.
But a part of me was like, okay,
God.
well, I get to talk.
She wouldn't. In other words, I still want you around, still want to stay married, but I gotta go. I gotta go fuck this guy. Okay. If you want to stay married, you can stay married, but I want to open up my relationship. He said I wasn't with it. I don't blame him.
Talk on my phone all night like I really want to.
I don't gotta hide.
I don't gotta hide. I ain't gotta go in the bathroom texting all night. I ain't gotta make up something to get out the house.
And now your boyfriend is like, hold on, what you doing?
Yeah. He's like, I hope this is not for me.
I gotta show this. Let me rewind it just a little bit. That look on her face.
Boyfriend now.
Oh, shit.
So a part of me was relieved. I didn't know what it entailed to have my helpmate gone. So I asked him not to leave because I showed, I wanted to show him that I was,
Yeah.
But a part of me was like, okay,
God.
well, I get to talk on my phone all night like I really want to.
I don't gotta hide.
I don't gotta hide. I ain't gotta go in the bathroom texting all night. I ain't gotta make up something to get out the house.
And now your boyfriend is like, hold on, what you doing?
Yeah. He's like, I hope this is not for me. And I'm like,
Oh shit.
no, it's not for you, but
it's a little convenient.
it's convenient. But, he's like, well, I still have my kids, and I still have my girl. He wouldn't call her his wife. I still have my girl, my kids.
Basically telling you don't get it fucked up.
Yeah. In other words, yeah.
You knew what this was.
Yep.
You knew what it was.
You let it go too far.
You let it go too far.
You knew what this was. You couldn't handle it.
What do you feel about that?
I mean, he was right, and I knew he was right, but I didn't want to admit that. I didn't want to. I didn't want to give in to that
because you just ended your relationship.
What I wanted, and I didn't care. I wanted him at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So does he actually leave? What do you?
So he left and he stayed with a family member for a couple weeks, and we talked about it daily. Every day he had new questions. Every day he was calling me and trying to.
Why are you trying? You want to leave. You want to leave. You want to go be with this man. You want to do all this stuff. You're tired of being married to him, but now you're trying to talk him into staying. That's just why it's bullshit. That's why it's bullshit. I have, personally, I think she left that, personally, when people slip like that, if you're journaling and you have your book someplace where they can be seen, that means you really want to get caught. Because trust and believe, I've been around guys and females that have been cheating for 20 years and they never get caught because they keep their shit clean. She wanted to get caught. She didn't want to be married anymore.
Get more information about what had transpired over the year and a half, almost 2 years. And it was a lot. It was a lot of things that I had to break down and tell him. There was a pregnancy he didn't know about. Well, he knew about, but he didn't know that there was someone else involved.
See how far this shit goes? See how far this shit goes?
It was a lot.
You were pregnant by the other guy?
I think.
What?
And when I say I think, it's because I was having an affair. So I was with that guy and my husband at the same time. So I didn't know.
You terminated the pregnancy?
So I had to terminate the pregnancy because I just couldn't handle that.
No.
I couldn't handle it. I didn't know what I couldn't go through 9 months of.
Why are you raw dogging your boyfriend and you married? Okay. You had no respect for your husband. Zero. If you get pregnant by another man and you married, you have no respect for your husband. None. Zero. What are my 6 rules, right? Because 80% of women cheat. 80% of women gonna go left. At some time, if you married long enough, 80% of women gonna go left. What are my rules, right? Take care of me, take care of my house, take care of my children, right? The don'ts, right? Those are the do's. The don'ts is don't come home with any babies, any diseases or attitudes, right? She did, she violated all 6 rules. All 6.
Torture like that.
And then the baby come and
I don't know who.
Oh, you're scared.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to get divorced.
It was very, very.
She did not want to get divorced. She didn't. She didn't want to get divorced. She lying.
Very, very hard.
What did he say when you told him that you were pregnant?
He's like, so you were pregnant by him? He had so many questions. And I had to explain to him, like, I don't know. I was seeing him and being with you at the same time. I don't know.
It's over.
But at the time, financially we weren't ready for another baby, and I was able to persuade him that
Mhm.
this wasn't the right time.
Mm.
So my ex-husband, he knew about the pregnancy, but he didn't know that it may have involved someone else. I just persuaded him to like, this is not the right time. I'm on birth control. There could be birth defects, whatever. I shouldn't do this. Let's not do this. And he was so supportive. He's like, whatever you
Chick, you wasn't on no goddamn birth control. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. Lying ass.
want to do.
This guy is just.
If I'm lying, child, I'm flying.
When you describe him, he just sounds like the ideal guy. What do you say to the women that are in search of a man like the one you had? Like that
They
just
don't make him like that no more. Period. And I stand on that 10 toes down till this day. And he's remarried happily. I love his wife. She's wonderful with my daughter. They're really great, but I stand on that 10 toes down. They don't make him like him anymore. So if a woman is ever that lucky to find someone remotely close, fight for that. Stay true to that.
Please.
If you could be with him today, would you?
No.
See?
I wouldn't.
And why is that?
Why is
Too
that?
much damage?
Too much damage. And the truth is, I was unfulfilled in a lot of ways in that relationship.
How?
And I wasn't able to express it in the right way.
Oh, you went. Okay.
So
tell the truth. He wasn't laying the pipe right. Just tell the truth. I was unfulfilled. He wasn't laying it right. He wasn't laying it right. Just tell the truth. And she big, but he wasn't laying it right. And when you found somebody to make their legs shake, it was over. Stop lying. Yeah, you wouldn't marry him again.
I was finding my identity through sex. I had this new body, and I was getting an identity through sex.
Mm-hmm.
It made me unfulfilled in my relationship. I was already unfulfilled. So, no, I wouldn't go back.
What do you say to the people that say, well, you were unfulfilled in your relationship, but you still chose to be a cheater, right? Like, because sometimes people think that you being unfulfilled is an excuse to do what you were doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to me, I don't think it was an excuse.
What should you have done?
I should have fought for my marriage. I should have read a book, said a prayer. I don't know, went to therapy. There were so many things that I should have did other than step out. But it had nothing to do with him. It had all to do with me and my selfishness. I wanted to fulfill self. I wasn't thinking about him at the time. I wasn't thinking about the baby at the time. I was thinking about me and my selfish needs.
Did it
I
feel
didn't care
good?
at the time.
Didn't that feel good?
It felt good at the time.
By nature, we are just selfish creatures, right?
Yes.
That's why a baby it's not being cruel. It's just
selfish.
I'm selfish. That's
About
who
me.
we are.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think this other guy, your boyfriend, quote unquote, we'll call him, do you think he was with other women?
Now looking back, at the time I didn't. But now looking back,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. At least one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's never just you.
It's never just me. And plus, I talked to people that were actually with him. We used to work together.
Right.
So I was able to connect with people after the fact that gave me more information and would just let me know, hey, yeah, I used to mess with him too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
Bingo. Yeah, like somebody the office penis, right? And everybody knew, okay, but they didn't tell you. Some friends you had, but you didn't. But she didn't care, man. She didn't ask. Okay, she didn't ask. She could have asked.
People are telling you that they used to mess with him too. Right?
Well, after it was all over with, all said and done, I came across a couple girls that mentioned it. They didn't know my story, but mentioned it to me, and I'm like, aha, oh really?
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Never even knowing that he and I were what we were, but just he was kind of like the work hoe. He had slept with at least 4 or 5 girls there.
And bingo, and you were the mark. Yep.
From what I heard, right? I wasn't there, but from what I heard, allegedly.
He got you at the right time.
He got me at the right time, at my most vulnerable.
At what point did you realize you ruined one of the best things that happened to you? Because I know for a while it was just like, okay, the freedom. But then you realize, oh man, this dude ain't. I know that the boyfriend switched up on you completely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What you mean you got time for me? Well, I ain't got time. I got a wife. I ain't got a kid. All right. So this was fun when we were sneaking around.
Yeah.
But don't think that, so at what point did you sit there and realize like, hold on, this is not what I thought it was.
When my ex-husband served me the divorce papers, that was when I realized I had effed up big time.
Why then?
because it was real then. I never thought, because like I said, he worshiped the ground I walked on in a good way. You know, he was amazing for me. So I never thought he would actually go anywhere. I never thought he would actually leave.
What's the nature of your relationship now?
We're co-parents. We're great co-parents, good friends. Like I said, he's married, remarried, and we're family. We take care of my daughter. We keep her as the focus, and we don't really talk about that anymore.
A part of you must want him to be like cruel about it, right?
And that's the thing, right? So through him, I learned what true love really is, like true agape love. Because after everything I did to him, he is still so kind to me. He could be such a monster co-parent. He could be such an asshole. He was
done. He was done. No, so he loved you, but he was done. So he finally found his nuts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, I'm just like, in your position, I would be like, curse me out. You know, like tell me, like
curse me out something. That made me feel worse.
Yeah.
Because the more information he got about my infidelity after it was all said and done, the more I wanted him to just, I felt horrible. And I wanted to be punished. And he just killed me, literally killed me with kindness. If killed me with kindness was a person, it would be him. To this day. Till this day, he's super respectful. He don't go there with me, but he don't fuck with me either. Right?
Yeah.
If it ain't got nothing to do with my daughter.
Yeah, I heard that. Yep.
You didn't have your nuts at first, but you grew a pair later.
Yeah, he grew a pair later. He was trying to save his marriage, man. He loved that woman.
He was trying to.
Yeah. But you know, and he was young. You know, he was 19. Was he 19 when he was 21 when he got married? He was young.
He was the happy fat simp.
Yeah, he was.
Yep. Wow. He had to see some of this ethos about her character early on, though. You know what I'm saying? She didn't just get this arrogant because she got thin.
You know what? She couldn't express it.
I was just about to say that.
She couldn't express it. She was always that way. She just couldn't express it.
She was 300 plus pounds. She probably couldn't
I don't know if Toya is still in here. If Toya wanted to come up, because Toya went through a similar transformation. You know, but I think Toya handled it better. You know.
She was smart enough to know that she couldn't get away with it. Now, I mean, nowadays you see women out here, they're foolish. I mean, they're goofy in their game, but I mean, it was a sign because 6 months losing that kind of weight is unhealthy and it's unrealistic, right?
Yeah,
like,
very unrealistic.
A healthy way of losing weight is 0.5 pound to 1 pound a week. So any of these overweight women, for the most part, at a minimum, they're looking at half a year to 2 years. On average.
Yeah.
Well, as obese as most of them are, they're really looking at 2 to 4 years.
I'm gonna say this. She could not express it because she didn't understand. She was the walk on by. She never had anybody lust after her.
Yeah.
And she was wide open, nose wide the fuck open.
Yeah, and he spotted it. She finally ran into a dude that could exploit it.
The Invisibles. That's what I call them.
And he had to live in, okay? He thought she was the perfect person. She lost the weight. She was a good lay, and she was married, okay? So remember I say the guys get jump offs and might keep them for years because they serve a purpose, okay?
Yeah.
As long as he was in that role and he could be home with his wife and she could be home with her husband, that she couldn't just leave and run to his house and shit like that. He was good with it. Yeah. But as soon as she broke up and said, "I'm coming to be with you," said, "Wait a minute. Whoa, time out."
It don't work like that.
It don't work like that. You know what this is.
You didn't know your role, huh?
You had an arrangement, but you broke the rules.
I had somebody brought me some brioche.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Brioche Daddy.
I hate you, Louis. I hate you.
Oh, that Louis? Oh, that's Louis. Sorry, my bad.
I hate you, Louis. I hate you. Let me play a little bit more of this, man. Because this, I was trying to play this during the Coliseum, but it interrupted, man. I wanted to finish this because this is classic, man, about how women get bored or why black women get divorced. It doesn't matter whether she's fat or whether she's skinny or whatever it is. Just because I think the finer she is, the more she will cheat because more opportunities she's going to get.
I'm just going to say this.
Right over there in the corner by the Chinese food.
She lost 100 pounds. Looked like she gained 120 of them motherfuckers back. If I was in the deal with her, I would have said, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
When she was 320, she lost. So she lost 130 pounds. So she was still 190 pounds. She's still a big girl.
She was still fat, and that's why you're not supposed to get those surgeries because you blow right back up.
Yeah.
Wait, how tall is she, first of all?
I don't know.
It don't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
She's not short. She's not short. She looks like she's about 5'7", 5'8", something like that.
I mean, go look at the match. Go look at the match at SummerSlam she had with Lex Luger. That's all you got to do.
Anyway, that's SummerSlam '94, folks. Wait, no, not '93. Is it '94?
No,
'93.
Let's just keep going.
It's a wrap. He's a sweet person. He's a good friend. We have our little birthday parties, Christmas, and that's it.
They don't fuck with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Strictly business.
Strictly business. Very kind.
Who do you go back and tell that
Dirty
girl
bitch.
that shows up to the hotel room and says, you know what, we about to take this ride? What would you go back to her and say?
It ain't worth it.
She's not gonna listen.
No,
Don't do it, Miss Sealy.
No, she'll do it again.
Don't do it.
Bullshit. She'll do it again.
Run for your life.
She gets it right.
That's what I would tell.
She cheats on you once, she'll cheat on you again.
What would she say?
Yeah. No, yeah.
See, so the thing is,
You're
it wasn't
right.
about her being married.
But
It
I'll be
was-
back.
What
You're
the
right,
hell
but
was the marriage supposed to mean?
Just one more time.
Okay. Let's decode woman talk, right?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, she's settled because she's 320 pounds. Who
Right.
else is gonna love me, right?
Right.
And they started off as friends, and they said, oh, let's make this work. I want to get married. I want a significant other. He's good to me. We have a good relationship. Blah blah blah.
That's how you
But
grow
then-
love.
That's how you grow love, right? And she still loves him. Okay, let's not get
Not in love with him.
Just wasn't. Just
no. You can love more than one person. It's not. She wasn't in lust. And what did she
That's
say?
right.
What did she say? She still wasn't satisfied.
Sexually.
Sexually. Okay.
Right.
He wasn't attracted to the motherfucker.
No. She was not even attracted. Thing is, he wasn't laying it. Okay.
So what is two
It
big
wasn't waiting.
motherfuckers gonna do? Two big motherfuckers ain't I mean,
Wait a
really.
Wait, how we know
I see some big motherfuckers. I heard about some big motherfuckers in lay pipe now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big man love.
I heard about them. Okay.
Well,
I said, what, you him? Yeah, girl.
Yep.
And the big bitch. All right,
You know,
now. Sure,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey. You never know. You know, just like the little tiny guy. Him?
Yeah, be
Walks
soup
on.
boning them
Rogish.
hoes.
Hold on, excuse me, Rogish.
Yeah, but you haven't seen some of these fat people with 5, 6, 7 kids? Come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
It's not an accident.
In the words of Biggie Small, and if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know, but that's woman talk. Because she didn't want to shame him by saying he wouldn't lay in the pipe. Okay, that's not, so
She knew it was gonna happen. She did.
Even though she could go back, if she had a chance to go back, she wouldn't go back because those things don't match.
She shamed herself by putting, but she's not shaming herself by putting out how much of a hoe she is. How much of a hoe she was.
Yeah, well, that'll come. Okay, let's finish it up. Because what I'm saying, this is a really good case study because even though she's not 100% honest, she's about 80%.
Ain't nothing but a hoe.
Nah,
Funky
she ain't a hoe, man.
She ain't a hoe. She a funky bitch. That's what
she's a regular woman.
I was just about to say that.
She ain't no difference, man. The thing is that she may have gotten tempted more, but she's more than the majority. Trust, man. Don't even ask me how I know. Okay.
Hey, BGS.
Yes, sir.
Did I make any difference between a regular woman and a hoe?
A hoe's body count will be triple what a regular chick is. So that's the only difference.
You don't know regular chicks these days.
Yeah.
He out here fucking around.
Hey, Charles, you don't know hoes these days either.
Oh, trust me.
No, you don't. You don't fuck with hoes, Charles. Stop lying.
You ain't fucking with those.
No,
You ain't fucking with none of these neo hoes.
Charles,
nigga.
you don't fuck with hoes. You have hodar, right?
I may not fuck with them, but I study these motherfuckers.
You study them, but you don't know hoes, man. Okay.
The sad part about it, I can spot a hoe a mile away. My whole sense is tingling.
You know,
I can't, and I used to be able to. I can't no more. I can't tell the motherfucking difference.
Hey, hoes walk around with T-shirts, and all you got to do is say yes.
Why do you think I know? I sold them the T-shirts.
Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah.
So you would say this is a regret?
Definitely a regret. I would say, you know how people always say, if I could go back and do all things over, I wouldn't change a thing because it makes me who I am as a person.
Everybody says that.
Amen. No, I don't feel that way. I feel totally opposite of that. If I can go back and change some things, I would.
Like what?
I would definitely I would never want to hurt my best friend. You know, I hurt him. I would never have.
You wouldn't get caught.
That's correct.
Translation.
Yep.
Caught. Translation. I wouldn't get caught. Something.
Yep.
You wouldn't get caught. Dumb bitch. Let's put this straight up. Dumb bitch.
Done some of the things I did if I knew then what I know now.
Some of the things. I wouldn't have got involved with him.
No.
I would have done some of the things.
She would have fucked him, but she wouldn't get caught.
One, and two, the part of you just want him to have cheated on you too, so that you can feel better about what you did.
No.
Oh,
Because I'm selfish. I want my cake and eat it too.
Listen to here we go. Here we go. That's why I like it. I like this.
Have my cake and eat it too.
I love this. Oh, let's rewind this. Rewind. This is like a Man for Your Highlight says. This is pure gold.
Oh yeah.
I am as a person.
Everybody says that.
Amen. No, I don't feel that way. I feel totally opposite of that. If I can go back and change some things, I would. I would definitely I would never want to hurt my best friend. You know, I hurt him. I would never have done some of the things I did if I knew then what I know now.
Yeah, he's your friend. Not as
not a husband.
How do you think you would have felt? How do you think you would have dealt with it? One, and two, the part of you just want him to have cheated on you too, so that you can feel better about what you did.
No.
Yeah.
Because I'm selfish. I want my cake and eat it too. I want to cheat, but I don't want you to cheat on me.
Yeah.
I would have lost it. I would have lost it if
Well,
you cheated on me. That's just how selfish I was.
you can tell she eats a lot of cake.
How selfish you were?
I would have ate it. Man, fuck that shit. No,
that's
I
how
would have.
selfish you are.
I
Okay.
bet you
Correct.
can't get a man.
Fuck that shit. I would have cheated, motherfucker.
The thing is, she didn't want to. She really didn't want to get divorced.
Yeah, I know.
She wanted
really want to get divorced. She wanted she wanted to cuck him, right? But the thing is, she was too dumb to know how to play it.
Yeah, that part right there.
But you see, he wasn't stepping out. He didn't want to. He didn't step out on his girl that much, did he?
So maybe she actually don't have whole friends that could, you know what I'm saying, give her the game because she did have it set up. If she really wanted to live by that pussy, she did have it set up to where she could.
She ain't no hoe. That's why
she fumbled the shit. Yeah, she was too new. She was too new to the attention. It was a dope dose that she got.
Dope dosage. Yeah, she ain't no hoe.
Yeah,
she's the dumb bitch.
The dumb bitch. Yeah, she was.
That was raw, uncut, pure. Her Colombian shit she got.
Yeah,
it was hooked.
She got it. She finally got it because I'm sure her husband was had maybe one or two bodies underneath him. He didn't have that many, right? Because he wasn't that guy, right?
Yeah.
She finally met a guy that knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yep.
Yeah,
turned her ass upside down. Probably got like 10 years older than her. Yeah, turned her all the way.
You got me wide open.
Not to mention BGS.
That's what happens when you go from a Motor City Sweat Hog and she runs into Rick Rude. What the fuck?
Yeah, go ahead, Neymar.
Motors. What? Also, we gotta forget that we gotta consider that he was not only did he not like lay it down for her, he probably didn't turn her on. She was just not attracted to him sexually.
We got Toya in the building, and you want to weigh in on this, Toya?
I don't know if you can hear me because I'm driving.
We got you, baby.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not even home yet, but I just had to hit the link because what you just said, BGS, is so accurate. He wasn't hitting it right, and you know. The guy that she was married to before probably did only have one or two bodies under him. And like she said, how can you expect someone who's fat to have cake and not eat it too? I'm just saying.
That's what I said.
In her defense,
You ain't shit, Toya. You ain't shit.
That's big girl experience.
What I'm saying, I want to hear from Toya because Toya actually went through this transformation, right? So she has a better idea of the difference of attention that you get. How I'm sure you handled it better though, didn't you, Toya?
I did, and I think it was only because so much of my identity was wrapped up in being a big girl, and I wasn't ready to let go of that.
Okay.
Even after I had lost the weight.
So you really didn't. You weren't really a unhappy big girl.
I really wasn't. I was jolly. I was fat and happy. I couldn't wait to. Yes, I really. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the difference. She wasn't happy being fat. Like this girl here, she wasn't happy being fat, and that's the difference. Right. And she, I'm sure she saw her other girlfriends getting all the attention that she wished she had.
Yep.
I'm sure that had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Hey, BTS.
Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing this evening? Hey, this really hits home for me.
Okay.
Because after my wife and I had our first son, my wife got big.
Okay.
We had the second son, and she stayed big.
Okay.
And in 2007, she did a lifestyle change.
Okay.
Right? We started working out. We started walking every day. We walked like maybe 3-4 miles every day. And she lost the weight. We changed the way we ate. She lost the weight. 18 months, my wife lost 130 pounds.
Wow. Okay.
She went from a size 24, 26, and at her smallest, she was a size 4.
Wow. Okay.
She got down, and I was like, wait.
That's
Hold
small.
on.
How tall was she?
Baby. That's too small. So now what it was for me, and I had the fear that she would actually leave me when she got small, because I had already, made a mistake and stepped out on my wife previously in my marriage. So that fear for me was real. And what helped calm that was when she went to walk, I went to walk with her, and we talked, and we talked all the time while we were walking. That was the best thing for us. So as she lost the weight gradually, she didn't, she had the attention from me, she had the support from me and everything, because I knew when she loses this weight, she's gonna be fine again. Like, so I had to put myself in a position to protect her from that.
Was you gonna protect yourself from that?
I was just about to say that.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I had to protect her from that, but I had to protect myself from that too, because I could see that kind of fallout.
In other words, she didn't get caught.
Nah.
Yeah. She wanted to stay married, so she didn't get caught.
But my wife never ever did that. She never stepped out. She never stepped out to where I know. To where I know.
Where you know it. In other words, she didn't cheat because it's not in her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
she like being married.
My question to Chef is what position were you in for you to feel that she would cheat? Like, weren't you taking care of your own business, your own health, all that stuff prior?
Did you step out when she got bigger? Is that when you stepped out?
No. This was on deployment in the Navy. This was
that's different.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You was on deployment, man. You have no clue about what went on when you wasn't there. Okay.
Wait a minute, bro.
No clue.
You a shipmate? You a shipmate, dog? Come on now, bro.
Are we about to go in?
No, we ain't gonna go in there.
No. That's why I said.
Okay.
To my knowledge.
Yeah, okay,
to my knowledge. I actually said that because you never do know.
You never know. Yep.
You never do know. As much as I may,
hold on.
As much as I may want to believe, I always have to know in my head this is a possibility, and I keep that, and that keeps me balanced. And to this day, me and my wife been married 25 years. We got 2 grown.
Congratulations.
And
congratulations.
We had 2 more, so we got 2 more kids in school now. I mean, we started over, and it's a good thing because we went through the journey together. And with this young lady in this clip, if she had gone through this journey with her husband, and I'm not talking like in a sexual way, but in an intimate way, and start just talking, I think her outcome would have been very different. I think that if she was going to step out, I think she would have done it a lot safer if she had talked to her husband. And if she had done that with her husband talking, she may have found a way to be fulfilled, because she may have opened up something in him.
But your wife wanted to be married, Chef. This chick didn't want to be married. She got married.
I gotta say something after Rogish real quick, and
Right.
I'm it out.
All right. So there's a difference. The thing what you're speaking of is growing a love. She didn't love this cat to begin with. She settled for him. She already had other ambitions, probably ambitions that all the other chicks got of the mainframe. But yeah, she didn't want to be a wife. Can
I say one thing real quick?
Please.
Likely, she would have been put on to game if she talked to her husband about it, because he probably would have said to her, "Do you think you're the only one that he done tried to do this with?"
Fact.
And that would have been the insight that she might have needed to know. Oh, your shit don't stink as much as you don't think your shit stinks, but it stinks a lot more than you think it does, and he can smell it.
Yeah. Well, but she didn't want to know. That's the whole thing. She didn't want to know. She didn't want to know. She didn't care.
Language, Toya, language.
Yeah, I like when Toya cuss. She does it so properly. That's the problem.
I love it.
She cusses so properly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can kind of get a little bit more into this and kind of get this knocked out.
Can I get the next word after you stop again?
You sure can.
No, I want my cake and eat it too. You can't cheat, only me.
Problem?
Like, yeah.
Did this other guy spend money on you?
Not as much as he should have.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
This is not new arrogance.
Stop the show. Stop.
This is not new arrogance. This is not new arrogance. This is not new arrogance. You don't get this arrogant just because you lost some motherfucking weight. This bitch was probably out of pocket the entire motherfucking time.
Out of pocket the whole time.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. You can't be.
Wait, can you run that back?
You can't be overweight and have a hair hat.
Come on. Okay, let's run it back. Okay, just a little bit.
Can't make this shit up.
Fish. I want my cake and eat it too. I want to cheat, but I don't want you to cheat on me. I would have lost it. What? I would have lost it if he had cheated on me. That's just how selfish I was. No, I want my cake and eat
selfish.
it too.
You're still selfish.
You can't cheat, only me.
I'm a star. You're a fan.
Problem? Like, yeah.
Did this other guy spend money on you?
Not as much as he should have. And I'll leave it there. Not as much as he should have. Was it worth it? Hell no. He ain't paid tuition, buy a book, a bag. Do I have a little Gucci bag to show, a little Louis Vuitton? No. I got a couple dinners and some really nice hotels.
That is a hoe. That's a new age hoe right there. Yo, that's a new age hoe. Hey, yo, Indiglo Flow. Yo, mainframe, cuz.
No, she ain't a hoe. She a sucker. That's what happened.
Yes. Nah, did you hear what this bitch said? Louis Vuitton and all that shit. Was she that type of chick before she got married?
No, another. Okay, what she's trying to say? This is. Toya, help me out with this. But what she's saying is, she thought she was in love. She thought he was the one. He was exciting. He made her liver quiver. She made her heart pitter patter, all that kind of shit, right? And so basically, he used her for sex. For most part, he did the minimum: a dinner here or there, a nice hotel here or there, blah blah, a motel if we couldn't afford it, car if we couldn't afford it. So basically, you were the side chick. You were the cheap side chick.
And she lost everything. He kept everything.
You lost everything. So in hindsight, Rogish, what she should have asked for, she should have asked for more, right, Rogish? In hindsight, right?
Definitely. What the?
She didn't get it. She didn't get it.
If she was smart, she would have done that, but she miscalculated her side hoe value.
Oh my! Wait. Hold on. We gotta do it on 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah. Toya, could you please repeat that for the niggas in the back?
Oh.
Could you please repeat that for the niggas in the back?
She's what happens when you miscalculate your side hoe value.
Damn. And the actual retail price is.
Oh man, that's good.
So we don't have no. Yeah.
She miscalculated.
I just gotta say this.
Go ahead and say it. And then go ahead and say it.
I just gotta say this. See, part of this fault, 25% of this fault, and I had a conversation about this a few years back with one of my sergeants. When he told me why he and his wife, even though he remarried this year, he and his wife split up. Same motherfucking shit. He used to be really big into weightlifting, big guy, about 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
God damn.
And you already a solid dude, you got to work out.
Yeah.
This is the cardinal sin. You know, one of Charles's rules, somebody write it down. If you see your chick working out, your ass better be in that gym. You better make sure you look like something. You better make sure you look like something that always to her fancy and make her friend. And you make sure you look so good that you make her friends save their coins and see what they could get if they actually saved up a few dollars.
I mean, they should be more respectful. She ain't gonna cheat, but she be more respectful.
Oh no, but see, this is the part. He didn't put enough. He didn't do enough physically, not just sexually. He didn't make her like, yo, you try something. I'm gonna get a better bitch than you. There's one thing, Charles.
Let her know she can be replaced.
Okay, now wait a minute. How many of y'all know you actually gotta blow your woman's mind though? Now it ain't they don't have this thirst for nothing.
You can blow her mind.
Okay, okay, man, because like I said, I know at least a couple thousand women personally, black women personally, of all ages, right? Personally, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All people, not just men, all people want variety. I don't care, if you've been married 4, 5, 6 years, you want variety.
Well, definitely, yes.
And so what you hope is if she does do something, if you're married, you got shit to lose, she will respect you enough for her not to get caught. I'm gonna respect my husband. If I'm a dip because I wanted to have a little whatever it is fling on the side, make sure he don't find out about it. I make sure I come home clean. I make sure I take care of business. Make sure he gets his pussy 4 or 5 times a week, whatever the rate is.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep it respectful. Same thing with the dudes that are playing.
Make sure he doesn't get embarrassed or humiliated.
I will not embarrass or humiliate my husband. Yeah.
Okay, because that's saying that it's going to happen right there, right? That's saying that it's going to happen. If you look into the past of the old Blue records with Fox and Moms Mabley and all them, they was always talking about it. You know what I'm talking about? Cheating in the next room, all the blues, right? So it's a part of culture and everything. Now, you're talking about a social contract, though. So is it that her husband broke the social contract, or she broke it but didn't like crash it the way we think we did? If it is just a part of, you know what I mean?
If you step out, you're breaking the contract. Okay. Okay. But the thing is, there's called acceptable loss, right?
Okay.
Yes.
In other words, okay. Say I'm working for Sauchi, right? And Sauchi know I got light hands, but I'm good at what I do, right? I'm making way more money than I'm actually gonna steal. So if 1% gets lost every now and then, Sauchi said, you know what? I don't know. I haven't caught you, but I suspect. But but the thing is, you motherfucker, you so good. I'm actually gonna, I'm not gonna really look that close. Okay.
Right.
Same thing with a wife, with a marriage, right? You got if you married and you got a house and a mortgage and you got 3 kids and you got and you busy, you can't watch her. Okay, you can't watch her. You can't watch. You can't even worry about it because you working 60 hours a week. You can't watch her and take care of the kids, all that kind of shit. She's on her honor. So what you trust is, and if you know about players and shit like that, she gonna dip. She gonna slide. Hopefully she don't make a habit out of it. She gonna slide here or there. Okay.
Right.
Thing is, keep that shit clean. But the thing is, most every time I talk to a guy about it or talk to anybody about it, the one thing they don't want, other chicks cheat. Other chicks are hoes except my chick. Okay?
That's right.
BGS,
that is so true.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Naaman, and then I'm gonna continue. Go ahead, Naaman.
Just piggyback on what you said earlier about keeping it clean, like you said.
Yeah.
like what she said about herself, what she got pregnant. That's one example of trying to keep it clean.
She wasn't
wear
respectful.
protection.
She wasn't respectful to her husband. But guess what? When the chips were down, because if she really was in love with that dude, if she really wanted to leave her husband because she wasn't satisfied, she'd been woman enough to say that right up front. Hey, baby,
that's right.
It ain't working out. Not no fucking 18 months. It don't take that long. Okay,
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. You, in other words, if he hadn't gone into your books and found your journals and questioned you about it, you'd have never said shit.
Still been going on.
Still been going on.
Sorry, I was talking about the raw dogging. But okay.
Well, that's disrespectful. That's really disrespectful.
She disrespected him all across the board.
All across the board.
That's a funky bitch, cuz. That is a funky bitch.
She's a dumb bitch. That's what it is. She's not even
funky dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch. Yeah, because a real hoe would not have gotten caught.
Fuck no, real hoe gonna have some ethos about herself. But these neo hoes is a whole different digiball.
Respectable hoes is anyway, go ahead, Charles, real quick, and I'm gonna start playing again.
Let's just say what it is. She's lucky to be alive, because a lot of dudes wouldn't be able to take you. You got pregnant and you didn't know it was somebody. That must be a good dude, because she knew that what she could do with that dude, and it was temperament.
She didn't admit it. He asked about it,
and that was the problem.
And that was the problem. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. He asked about it. Everything that she told him is because he asked. Okay?
Yep.
She didn't volunteer shit. He asked about that.
If he was really smart, he would have figured it out. One, it wouldn't have happened. And two, he would have left her if it did. But three, in that situation, what he would have done was pieced everything together, planned everything out, and then literally divorce papers. I mean, literally, he would have been off the mortgage. I mean, he would have had everything planned up until the last day. That's how you do it.
He might have, because we're only listening to her side of the story.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Right.
Sounds more broken than him.
Yeah. I understand where he's coming from, though.
But bear in mind one thing, though. Bear in mind one thing.
Hold on, Name.
What would you tell those women that have at home but are just bored and exhausted and postpartum and tired, their bodies changed, their hormones, everything that you could think of, exhausted in their relationship? What would you tell that woman?
I would tell that woman, the grass is greener where you water it. You cannot expect, you got to work. Relationships and marriages are hard work. When you feel that exhaustion, you got to do something about it. You got to go to your husband, go to the counselor, go to your pastor, whoever, rabbi, I don't know. You got to fix it if it's worth being fixed.
I'm always referencing other things, but it said marriage works. And when he said works, he said it works. Every morning, 8 gets up and works. In the afternoon, marriage works. You have to work for your affection. You have to work for your partner. You have to work on parts of yourself. You have to work. So when people say works, they're thinking that, marriage is something that works.
Yeah.
But marriage works because
marriage is work.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. It is constant relationship between two forgivers. If you're willing to do that.
If you're willing.
If you're willing.
Wow.
It's hard. It's not easy becoming one.
No. Listen, in totality, you grow up one way, someone else grows up another way.
Yep.
You're coming in one house, you gotta say, okay, now all of our ideals and morals have to somewhat align.
Yep.
And we have to be this perfect one flesh, right? That sounds great.
Sounds good.
But I think a lot of people, they get marriage confused with romance, right? Like the wedding and the honeymoon and the pictures and the children and look at this and look at that.
Do it for the gram.
Doing it for the gram. It's just like,
after that, you got to go home and actually really like that person. Like, actually, do you like him as a person? Do you like his character?
No, she liked him. She loved him.
It's hard.
Where are you now?
Yeah.
So now I relocated to a different state, me and my daughter, and 2 years ago, and I started over. I'm dating, and it's different. It's difficult. I got married.
It's trash.
It's trash. Okay, it's trash. I said it's difficult. It's really trash. Yeah. It's definitely trash.
The streets.
You said it wrong.
It's trash. They say the dating pool has pee in it. I say it's straight sewage.
It's not even a pool.
It's sewer.
You can't find that dude.
Seriously.
Well, you're over 30.
Everybody that has to be out here dating.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it. 0 stars. Not even a half.
And then you're bringing a child into the situation. You're bringing a divorce into the situation.
Yeah.
You're getting older. All of these things are factors.
No,
that
she's
people are
older.
Looking at when dating. So it's like, it's just blow after blow after blow.
Yeah.
And then you still because you still have that longing for love.
I still have that longing for love. And I still want to show my daughter a healthy relationship. She has a great relationship with her dad, but she understands that dad and I aren't together. And we're family, but dad has his wife, and one day mommy will have a new husband.
Right.
So she understands.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think your karma is?
This dating pool with the sewage in it.
Right.
That's my karma.
Right.
That's what I feel like my karma is.
Watching him every day.
Not only that, yeah, I get to watch him with his new wife and his new life just flourish without me. He's doing so well. You know, he's doing great in his business. He's doing great in school. He's just amazing. He's a great guy. And I get to watch that.
He got rid of the fat.
Back room. And it's hard. Sometimes it stings. Sometimes it still stings.
He got rid of the fat.
Yeah, basically, he dodged the bullet. But the thing is, he was able to go out and get married and be happy again. Guess who wasn't?
He didn't let her break him. Yes, you gave her 80%. I gave her about 87, 89. The way that this is like the third time she spoke positive of his result.
Well, yeah, because she cheated. Of course,
because she cheated. Of course, she got to take that L. I mean, look at her. He cut away from Nell Carter. Give him a break.
But the thing is, you don't often hear women be this open about it.
Right.
Even though there's some shit that she kind of dodged around, but the thing is, for the most part, she's been open.
That's because she's broken.
I wouldn't say so.
Not broken.
Not broken. All that arrogance
she's
that you hear of her.
She's regretful.
She's regretful.
That's what it is.
That's what broke her.
Like he said, she got caught. Now she realizes the fullness of the situation that she had and the access that she actually had that she squandered. That's what it is.
She accepted that it's over.
Copyright. It's not streaming anymore on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not streaming anymore.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we got through most of it. So
I'm on with you.
It'll come back in about 5 minutes. So.
Yeah, I'm over here live with you, and my wife is actually listening, and she was like, "It stopped streaming."
Wait, Mike. Hey, excuse me, Chef.
Yeah.
Chef?
Yeah.
What, your better half is listening to all this?
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
This kind of stuff. Women love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And see, but here's the thing I wanted to say.
It's juicy.
Real quick.
What flavor popcorn is she eating?
Nah, she got the girl in her hair right now. But now we listen to things like this together because this is how we grow. She knows how I think, and she understands, and she understands where it comes from. It's not just me popping off the top of just like I heard something and now I'm running with it. No, this is actual real stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my wife about this. And like I say, we've been married 25 years. It works. Shit.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, but I remember something she said in the conversation, like when her husband asked her some questions, she talked about how she was holding the baby the whole time as if he was going to do something to her.
Hell yeah.
As if he was, because, some guys get that breaking point, but I don't think that dude wanted it. That's why he did the right thing by getting out of there.
If you don't ever think about, I'm going to kill this bitch, you really don't love her, cuz.
There we are. We're back.
Rogish, good and well. Hang on, I got to bust your ass in the head for something. But, good and well, it was Chris Rock who said, you don't know love if you haven't contemplated murder.
Well, yeah, okay, but no, I also.
And the only thing that made you reconsider was an episode of CSI.
Yeah, I get it, but I wasn't bringing up the bit because it's a good bit. But I'm serious. If you don't think about like if she do something, like, I might kill this bitch. You really don't love her. You're not connected because the thing is, the whole element is the severance of that connection based off of what it is that she did. Now you work through that, so I think that's some more biblical shit. It was like, I want to stone this bitch, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you don't. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I remember last time in Brazil, if a man catches his wife cheating, he can legally murk her, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, well,
that's different.
That's to keep marriages solid once they get married. But
I mean, dude, I grew up in the middle.
I think if she hadn't been so disrespectful, the way he was, he would have worked on it. But the thing is, she had just went way too far, and he probably let her get away with way too much. And that's probably why they couldn't work it out. It was already done.
I think a lot of guys don't realize that you set the standard, and you as the man, you are managing the relationship until it ends.
Until it ends,
you get no days off. So that's why I'm saying you literally set the bar, and you can't allow her to go below whatever the bar is. Obviously, you got to live that bar. And if you are not willing to leave
What's the price of egg, Louis?
If you're not willing to leave her, you're gonna have problems because like a child, she gonna test you and then lose respect because she knows this is where your bar is. That's the point.
Men are responsible for setting boundaries. They are.
Yes. Yeah. Just leave. I mean, you have to have that ability to leave. Like I don't like some guys say, "Oh, you gotta express." You know, your no, you don't need to express. It's your action.
If you're your girlfriend or something like that, then because I used to, I have a leash, right? I call it my leash rule, right? And the old Foghorn Leghorn cartoon with the dog. And
hell yeah.
Oh, George P. The Barnyard Dog or George P. Dog.
And then he whacked the dog and he run.
Yep.
And then
with the paddle, right? Yeah.
To the line, and then the dog would choke on the yeah. That's what I normally do to women, right? They run around the yard, then they got some freedom to hit their line.
Boy, I say you kind of wrong on that dog.
Because I want to see where their boundaries are, right? So before I set them. Because some women I never had to set boundaries. They never violated it. Okay, never violated the boundaries.
They stay on code.
But most women do. Okay, most women do. Go ahead.
See, BJS, that's what I'm used to because I literally have women who tell me exactly the kind of shit I'm not going like. They all like I can't say all, but the vast majority of women who I don't even deal with, they'll say, "Oh yeah, that dude that don't tolerate no bullshit." I don't even have to say anything.
Well, they can tell by the way you pronounce your words and the way your energy. Okay, you're no nonsense. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna put my hand on you. I will leave your ass to. I'll leave you bleeding. You disrespect. I will leave you bleeding cold.
Leaking.
I hope somebody else is there to call. It's no anger. I'm done. Like I'm like that. Don't fuck with me.
Well, the thing is, that's your initial reaction.
Yeah. Excuse me, Sauchi.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the news lately, especially what's going on in Israel, some shit like that? Because you sound like one of my peoples, No.
I've been like this since I was a kid, man. Like dead serious. I've been like this.
Already.
Yeah. You know what, BGS?
Yes, sir.
I remember back in between 2010 and 2012. Since you talk about this whole thing about setting boundaries and shit, there was a series of cheese commercials I've mentioned to a few people. Where and it's in Norwegian. I'll send you the link to the playlist.
Keep the story going, okay?
In it, basically, the run of the story is each episode is 4 parts. The woman comes home and brings him just regular cheese, not the particular brand he wants. And every time he asks her what, she says it's all just the same. And then he just does one thing to replace something she likes, and when she looks at him, says it's all the same. It's just this and that and the third. Like one time he replaces her dog, which was this little spaniel. He replaces it with an Irish wolfhound. Another time the house is white, like most Norwegian houses, but he paints the interior completely black. And he said it's all the same. It's just
paint.
It's just paint.
That's
The
like
third
some crazy
one, I ain't going
what the fuck?
And what he then
it's Norwegian, dumbass.
And another. Chill out.
Sorry.
Chill out, Naaman. Okay.
A pilgrim is a pilgrim is a pilgrim is a
No.
pilgrim.
What he's trying to say is exaggerated. In other words, what he's trying to demonstrate to her is that there is a difference. In other words, I'm showing you what you're doing to me.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's exaggerated. That's what that's
setting boundaries.
You're setting boundaries. In other words, you say it's all the same. I keep telling you it's not. But the thing is, okay, I'm ask you. I can actually show you better than I can actually tell you. That's what he's trying to say.
Right,
It's the Kaiser Soze kind of thing.
So
But it's like a comedy. It's exaggerated. It's on TV.
As
I'll send you the
trifling as
link
this
if you want,
chick is, as trifling as this chick is, though, okay. She got a hell of a character for real.
I like how you called her funky.
Oh yeah, funk, that's a funky.
Toy is back. Toy is back.
Already sounding even clearer.
I gotta chew on this.
Go ahead. Jump on it because you have.
It's three things. While I'm driving and I'm listening to y'all talk about this and give her all these points, I'm like, I got something that'll knock the sonic rings out of all of them points.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying she doesn't deserve any of them, but the basis of this is ego, right? The very same reason that she couldn't talk to her husband about having these feelings or about him, about him doing whatever he needed to do to learn how to make that leg shake is the very same ego that has her sitting up there and saying she wouldn't change it. When I know as a woman, she would if she could. That's why it's so biting for her to say that it's strictly business between him now, because she knows how good of a man he is. And so it kills her to admit that she let something like that go for the sake of miscalculating her sideline hoe. Okay.
Toya, I got a question.
Toya,
yes,
if she could have kept cheating with that guy and stayed married, she would have.
She totally would have.
Yep.
Yes.
That's why she never said I went to him and I said I regret it or I would stop. None of that came out of her mouth.
Nope.
Because she's not remorseful. At the end of the day, she still would have been able, if she could have, still had her cake and eaten it too. That's it.
She feels sorry for herself because she's not in a position that she lost what she had. She feels sorry, but she's not remorseful for what she done. She'd have done it. She probably would have done it with somebody else, if he had taken her back.
Toya, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Why is it that I'm glad a woman's on here? Why is it that a lot of women say, right? A lot of these women supposedly know how they know how they like to have sex, but why don't they explain it to the dude that they're in a long-term relationship with?
Because they think that they can get it. They can get it somewhere else.
They can,
and it's the same thing you guys were talking about maybe about 10 minutes ago, just the variety aspect. We all like that. Nobody wants to eat chicken all the time. I get that. But at the same time, the conversation you were having in the beginning, talking about spending the time with your wife, going on that journey together, that's where it's made. That's where the meat is. You have to really be locked in with each other to do that. Now, I could go even further and say the fact that she took this weight loss journey on her own was the first sign of trouble, but I digress.
Okay. The thing is that when black women say they settled, in their mind they settled.
In their mind.
She thought she settled. This is the best I can do. I have to settle for this particular guy, even though he's a wonderful guy, good husband, great husband, blah 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 blah. But and that's where the but came in. What if I lost the weight?
And let me guess, she was a regular porn star with all the tips and tricks, right? She was doing everything he wanted, right?
He had
right?
He had her doing all that stuff. And sometimes, you know what? And this is something I learned from Dia Hughley, right?
Yeah.
Is that especially women, there's some things they don't want to introduce into their marriage that they want to do. Because they don't want to do it.
That was Chris Rock who said that.
Yeah. No,
because
Dia Hughley said it first.
What was it? I remember they said Chris Rock said it was like this. He said, women cannot go backwards in lifestyle. Men cannot go backwards sexually. So you introduce something to him, he's gonna want to try it.
That's why Dia Hughley when he went on the road, he did all the stuff that he wanted to do with his groupies. But he came home with vanilla because I didn't want to turn my housewife into a hoe. Okay.
Yeah.
In his mind.
I'm surprised y'all not touching on the fact that her mom knew about it and then want to correct her or tell the husband. That's why I'm surprised y'all not hitting on it.
Well, what about the
if her mom knew about it?
Wait a minute, did she actually talk to them?
If her mom knew about it, why didn't she correct them? She said she did talk to her mom about it.
It doesn't mean she's gonna listen.
The thing is, she never.
I'm not saying she's gonna listen. The mom didn't say nothing.
Well, she didn't. She never. Her mom might have. She didn't listen.
Mama's supposed to be better than her.
And that's why are you doing this? Okay.
Exactly.
And when mom said, "Why are you doing this?" She said, "Mom, because I'm excited." Blah blah blah. And women know how that is. I know her mom said, "Don't get caught."
There you go. Watch it back, baby.
Don't get caught. First thing, the pastor said you need to work this out with your husband. And and then the second thing, don't get caught because once you get caught, once you get caught, it's over. It's over. All bets
You're gonna lose everything that you need to sustain this fake ass shit.
Well, you would be surprised how many divorces happen after that weight loss surgery. Like my wife had the VSG surgery in March, and she gave me the stats on how many women and break up with their husbands after the surgery after they lose the weight.
It's 70-80%.
It's not surprising. It's a lot. It's out there.
Because you have access to men that you never had access before. When I see women say that they're a 10, And I immediately said, "You baby, you know where you rank." Stop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happened to.
And
I
that's
don't want to.
go ahead, Albert.
I don't want to necessarily name it, but that's what happened to one of my male relatives. His wife lost the weight, and
yeah,
she eventually took off, and then got upset when he had to my relative's credit. He's passed since then, but he went MGTOW and had multiple girlfriends. I don't actually don't know the kind of girlfriends he had before he passed away.
Yeah, he probably did, man. He said, "Fuck it," you know, there's no more.
I don't blame him, but she was mad as hell about it. I was like, "What you think was going to happen?" I was like, "What you think was going to happen?"
She broke up with him, so why she upset? You know,
exactly. And after 25 years, shit.
Look, when they get that hold of that new social worth, though. So let's say that there is a particular social worth that's waiting for them, right?
Yeah.
Now, and no matter what it is that they're holding on to, it means something to be, I guess, accepted in that vein of society. Whatever.
You get attention that you never had. You get access to things that you. But the thing is, you don't know what all that stuff entails when you move up to that next level.
Exactly.
Right.
They don't have the mannerisms. They're not cultivated to actually maintain and actually be there. So they don't understand. You're just for sex. You're not like for anything else but fun. That's it.
And then they realize they realize that after
when it's too late.
After they get passed around. That's how come she says the dating pool is trash. Because baby, you're not as fine as you thought you were.
I'm so glad you said that, BGS, because that was the third thing I wanted to say. The dating pool is trash because you're in it.
Yes.
God
damn.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
These people who do these things and then get out there and try to get a replacement start talking bad about the dating scene being trash because they don't realize they're the ones who are in it. Y'all are passing each other back and forth talking about ain't nothing good out here when you did have something at home, this is what you did with it.
Yeah.
They're telling on themselves.
You want to be out in them streets and basically, you know, guess what? These are the streets, baby. You didn't realize what the rules were.
I ain't gonna lie. I stuck my pinky out there. I stuck my pinky out there on the green grass before I got married. It ain't shit out there, and I'm in Dallas. It ain't nothing out there. It ain't worth it.
Oh, nigga, good luck in Dallas.
Trust me, I'm in Dallas.
Right?
I'm married now, but I done stuck my pinky out there and seen ain't nothing out there, man. So, I got my shit together. I got my shit together. Go ahead.
The rules are the rules. The rules are rules, man. So when you get out there, you got to live by the rules of the streets. You know, you have to.
My apologies to the
Get it how you live.
I know
you got to get out and live. Go ahead, AB.
Yeah. My apologies to the folks in Dallas. I know a couple strags that moved out there. My apologies. That are from here, from Minneapolis.
But it ain't no strag like a southern strag, though. So,
nah, man, my standard
they probably took notes and
go to Shreveport, Louisiana. You see some southern strags. Okay, you not want to see. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Bez. Bez Glover. You want to get in?
Is he muted?
Once.
Yeah, my bad, BGS. Can you hear me?
You got
you? Yeah, good, brother.
Yeah, how y'all fellas doing, man?
We all right.
Yeah, that's what's up. So I'm gonna give my little testimony on how this is actually 100% true.
I knew this was a hot one, man. I knew this one. I thought it was a hot one.
Yeah, man. So my ex-wife, we grew up in high school. We went to high school together.
So you know his story.
High school.
Okay,
I know this whole story. It's pretty funny because my ex-wife, I was deep in the church. I was fucking on this girl, and the pastor pushed me to get married to her and do all this shit. I ain't had no male guidance.
Yeah.
So get married to her, and when I tell you, the bitch flipped her shit so motherfucking like hard. Like she was sweet, kind, and I went through some bullshit, and she wanted to lie to me, and I didn't believe her, but I was trying to do the whole Christian thing. She was like, "Oh, she met up with her ex at the time." And I was like, she tried to tell me they just kissed. I'm like, bitch.
Oh hell!
Why did she tell you at all? Why did she tell you?
Because I told her. No, fuck no, I ain't fall off. I told her that being all guilty and shit, told her that I cheated. So it was like a get back, but she wanted to try to take it a step lower.
Okay, you cheated. Okay.
Yeah, I cheated after her, but I didn't know I cheated after her until after I cheated on her. So she, so
I said, in other words, she thought we were even. She thought y'all even, huh?
That's what it was trying to say. It was some even shit. It was on some even shit, and the crazy part is she did the whole gastric bypass surgery. But she ain't lose as much weight as this bitch did.
But did the attitude change though?
Yeah, it definitely changed. It definitely changed because she was feeling herself, even though she couldn't pull a better dude than me.
Yeah,
she still can't pull a better dude than me. But
yeah,
it was funny that y'all was talking about this because I'm like, yo, I seen all of this shit, this whole playbook before, but mine was she was just a complete self-absorbed person. So when I'm not sure who was saying it, but saying that the audacity of her to have the attitude that she had, it didn't come out of nowhere. Yeah, it didn't come out of nowhere.
So in other words, she was a role play. She was a role player that wanted to be the star. So
third down back. She's a third down back.
I'm gonna leave my team, my championship team. I'm gonna try to make my own way in another team. Find out, I'm a role player even on another.
I'm gonna take it one step further, BGS. It was worse than that. She was a motherfucker who would want to dip her toe out there to see if she could do it. And then try to come back when she feel like she wasn't getting the results that she wanted.
Okay, in other words, she needed in other words, basically she needed a house of safety, just like this chick did.
Yeah, she wanted a house of safety.
She wanted marriage into security and all the love and all the kind of stuff that goes along with it. But she wanted to be out there in the variety.
Right,
cold, man.
How do y'all think these chicks feel about getting gorillaed? As far as like if they want to be in a marriage or a relationship or whatever the fuck, and they need the excitement and shit. Why don't they fuck with gorillas?
So
that's not safe. Okay, they know.
No.
It's a sign. No, I mean,
I'm gonna take
it. It ain't the same.
I'm gonna take it a step further for y'all.
Go ahead.
So it's not that all the other stuff. It's that just like any other woman, those women, their self-esteem gets boosted up when they have an attractive dude. So I'm pretty sure dude wasn't fucking her right, but at the same time, he was an attractive dude that made her look good. So women would be like, "Oh, girl, he cute. How you did him?" Or "Oh, how y'all doing?" Like, "Oh, he seemed like he's such a good man, girl." It boosts up their ego.
She wasn't, the reason she wasn't showing him off like that.
Why is that?
Because he had a woman at home. He couldn't.
I'm talking about her husband. She was with her husband because he made her look good.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
It made because that was my ex-wife. My ex-wife, like, because I was dealing with all types of like pretty bitches before her, and so when bitches would see me with her, they would be like,
"Why you with her?
Oh, how you get her?"
Yeah.
And so, and so she would try to dip her toe out in the water, realize she wasn't getting the results, but because I was something that I was eye candy for her that made her look better. It was like, it was a boost in her self-esteem.
That's my level. So I could get him. That means I can get other guys like you.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And that was the problem.
She went out with her friends without you?
No, she. Well, yeah, she did actually. Not at first, but then I started going out. I started going out, so she wanted to go the fuck out because I was
like Fabulous said, we not the same. We not the same. It's totally different.
In other words, y'all should have been married.
We shouldn't have been married.
Y'all shouldn't have been married.
No. We should have never got married. It was literally off the bad advice of a spiritual teacher at that time, and I didn't. My dad was
she part of the church too?
Because of me, yeah. And the pinnacle that made me get a divorce from her was the pastor we was doing counseling, and he asked.
So why'd you marry your side chick, man?
Go ahead, BGS. I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Why'd you marry?
Shame, insult, guilt, need to be right was down his throat. They shamed him into it.
No. Why'd you marry your side chick? Because she wasn't your first choice.
Why didn't I marry my side chick?
Why did you marry your side chick? Because she was not your first choice. So why'd you marry her?
Oh, so my ex-wife. Okay. Because like I said, I got pressured by my pastor. Like
shame, insult, guilt.
Yeah, I
That's
got
what I'm
pressured.
saying.
I got pressured by my pastor and a lot of my friends at the time. It was like they kept telling me, you should be with somebody for their personality, not for their looks. And I'm like,
shame and
The
so
simp-
guilt. It need to be right. I'm telling you, he got shamed
the
into
simp
it.
game.
I got shamed into it. Listen.
He got shamed into it.
I
Trust me, we all
I
have
got
been there.
shamed and I got sick, and I was and the bad part was that I treated that girl so fucking good trying to make that shit work. And I realized at that moment, I said, I will never let another person tell a young brother to marry somebody for fucking personality. I said, man, personality fade quicker than beauty, in my opinion.
What I'm saying is, you knew that she really didn't qualify to be your wife. Why'd you marry her?
That's right.
Because for me, I was literally listening to the wrong group of people. I had the wrong influences all around.
So why were you?
Did she have a good personality?
She wasn't your first.
She played the part.
She wasn't your first choice. She wasn't your first choice.
None of my choices, BGS, to be honest.
Okay, so why are you taking around your folks and all this kind of stuff? What was that about?
Well, we grew up. We went to high school together, so we was from 9th grade all on. So it was a friendship there.
She's a friend of the family.
Yeah, she was friends of all my friends with the family. She met all these different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
she was familiar, basically.
Basically, and the family and friends liked her.
Yeah.
Then they all hate her now. So
because she screwed it up. They got her the bid, they got her the job, and she fucked up the job.
Yep. Exactly. And then I'm gonna take it even a step further with the whole thing that you're saying about everybody likes variety. Like after that, like I mean, I went through a whole phase, but then I haven't come out that phase, I'm going to be honest, because I'm in the lifestyle stuff. So like every woman that I meet in that lifestyle is just like you can. And so it's just like it's a whole thing. Like I know women who literally seek guys like myself out.
Yep.
And they got whole husbands who never ever are involved in a situation. And I'm like that's like, so when people call people cucks, I'm like, you gotta understand there's a whole different level of life out here.
But that's the name, but that's the role they want to play. It's still a cuck.
Well, I mean, so would a man be a cuck if he's soliciting his woman out to get him pussy?
Yes.
Yes. That's, I can't agree with you on that, BGS.
Unless he's getting money for it.
There you go.
Is she getting paid to be out there, and she bringing money home?
I mean, for different groups, for different strokes, for different folks.
No. In other words, no.
No,
he's a cuck. Say
I'm saying that no. I'm saying that because I know guys that do get money for it, and I know guys that it's a barter system. So men in the lifestyle in particular use women to attract other women or to barter with other men for their attractive women. That's more about what I see, and they call those guys stags. They don't call those guys cucks. Stags and cucks are two different things.
Okay.
So
you're in that space.
Yeah, I'm in that space. So like stags are guys who I tell my girl who they can fuck, not my girl tells me who they want to fuck.
You're still a cuck. That is still classified as cuckolding.
When Genghis Khan went out conquering the world, did he fuck everybody else's bitches, or did he let them fuck his?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I mean, but that's part of the lifestyle. But it's I mean, I don't judge if you like the dude Destiny does the same shit, right? With blue hair, he's still a cuck. But it is what it is. But you accepted that role because he
really is a cuck, huh? Okay.
Yeah, and he's bisexual on top of that.
And he's not a cuck by choice if you looked at him.
No, he might, but he can't change who he is. That's the problem.
The problem that his wife actually does wear balls. But anyway,
that's me. Bi?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Well, learn something new every day.
I didn't know
that. I never heard him say he was a switch hitter.
Yeah, he is. He said. I knew it when I first saw him, man. The blue hair, and I said, "Man, this motherfucker's a twink, man."
If anybody wants to know what a twink is, that's the effeminate kind. That's the effeminate kind, bro.
Like Neymar. How many guys with blue hair that are straight?
The one with the cross for tattoos and hanging off his ear with the tattoos and the leather jacket.
Oh,
Even he's
Here's one I can think of. Dennis Rodman
with scars, all knife scars all over his body. Okay,
even
he ain't effeminate. He ain't effeminate. Okay.
Oh my God.
But those
there's some dudes I know with blue. There's some dudes I've seen who have blue hair, but nothing twink about them. You look at them, they look right at you. You like,
yeah. In other words, do you want to die today? They look at you like, you want to die today? Yeah. Those are those.
You want to die today, or you want to get turned out in some cases. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Pause on all this.
Anyway.
But one last thing, BGS. I'm on your Patreon, and I want to learn more from you about some of your spiritual stuff and your Gnostic stuff. And Charles, I'm in Baltimore. We got each other's number. We got to link up. I'm still working, so I got to hurry up and run off because I'm going to be working till about 10 o'clock.
All right.
All right, fellas. Thanks.
All right. Hey, don't leave them cucks alone, man.
No, man, that girls be hot, man. What are you talking about? That girls are sexy. They got sexy girls.
So you were the bull in the china shop, huh?
Hey, listen, somebody got to please them. You can't play that game.
What was homeboy's name? What was the porn star's name? What's his name?
Which one? You got a couple of them.
No, the one.
Give me.
The Adam 22s, the bang Adam 22s.
Oh, I don't know your name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. You got a lot of white girls that love some chocolate, and it's a whole smorgasbord of things.
And basically, a lot of those guys that into that kind of shit, the cucks into that kind of shit, they have they have bisexual feelings for black men, but they just can't express it. And this is the way that them expressing them. So really deviant kind of shit. Man.
Oh hell!
They look.
I mean, but then you still got the black guys though, BGS that ain't got that just literally like want somebody else's girl. Like
well that's true. But the thing is, I'm talking about white guys are really in deep into that cuckold and shit like that, man. It is really deep shit because they film them and tape them, and they're actually using their wife as actors. Kind of lifestyle.
There's also like there's also like a level of humiliation they get off of in that process.
That's part of it.
I don't think it's humiliation. I think
some do in a sense. I say I didn't say this isn't generation, sir.
I used to think so, but when I see them filming it and stuff like that, it's like the bull is actually the dildo that he's using.
Yeah. Well, my question to Bez is this. Bez, I got a question for you.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Yes, it has, but that's a small.
Yeah. Hold on, Naima, calm down, man.
Yeah, so does it exist? Yes, but it's a small percentage of men that want to be. Those are submissive guys. They're not those are the submissive and humiliated. They would call them sadists or I'm sorry, masochists. Yep. Those are masochist guys. So like, while they getting hit, just like the girl did with Adam 22, and like. And do all types of nasty stuff. And then what BGS is talking about is like the film and stuff where they either wish that they was the black guy who could really fuck their girl like that, or they wish they was the girl getting fucked because it's like it's two different things, and they won't go that far because it would affect their masculinity. And because a lot of those guys are like pretty successful men. They're not like, bums off the street and no shit like that. Yeah. They're pretty successful where they have to maintain their image in corporate America. So they're not about to sit there and lose their edge because their masculinity is their edge.
They typically go to a dominatrix because I had a friend out in Cali. She was a dominatrix, and she would tell me, she's like, "Oh yeah, a lot of the mass majority of these men, they're like CEOs and like they're making money."
But that's for the demographic of men who wives aren't into it. They got to go to the dominatrix versus when their women are into it. Man, they be in the motherfucking clubs just going ham, just going dumb. Like for myself in the lifestyle, like my girl, she goes and gets girls. She's a farmer, so she'll bring girls back to be able to play versus like other guys, they'll use their girls to swap with because they want to see their girl getting fucked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like my girl is only into girls, and there's quite a few women like that. But it's far more guys in it that really run it, and they really got their girls going out there to like get another dude, get another couple, do all the wild shit in the world.
That's some real black pill shit, man. That's some real.
It's funny that you said it's some black pill shit because like I know I'm black pill because like I know whole. Like when people call women hoes, I'm like, you don't know what a fucking hoe is. No. Like I know some real hoes, and I've done worked with a couple hoes that they'll go out on the strip and make some money for you, or they'll hop on OnlyFans and sell their ass for you real quick, like so, like it's a whole different thing. Like, but the women
it's the different psychology altogether. Yeah.
And being able to really tap into that's been my namesake for getting a lot of pussy because I know how to tap into the mindset of women a little bit easier. Just simply
because you tap
this nigga been laced.
Go ahead, Naaman. Ask your question, Naaman.
That's like you said about the white chicks love the brothers. You know some of them that have that particular tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
Which one? The tramp stamp?
Or the Ace of Spades?
Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades. Okay.
Oh, you got it. No, it changes with generations. So like the older women, they do the paw claws on their breasts. They got a lot of paw claws on their titties and shit. And then,
cougar thing, but
and then now what I've seen because my millennial generation, like some of that's in their 40s, a lot of them got the thigh tattoo, but the younger generation they starting to put that shit on their belly. That's the way that you can easily identify a lot of the women that's down for the shits. But you got to know how to talk to them and know which one you're talking to because all of them are not the same in the sense
and you also got to match the energy too because
you know how I knew you know how I knew when a chick was down for the shits? When I woke up and realized it was one more chick in the bed than that's when I knew.
Look, hey, that's funny, Charles, that you say that because I went to a business meeting yesterday, and then I went out to the bar just to go grab some food. These two girls pulled up right next to me, and I wound up booking both of them. At the same, talking to both of them, I got both of their numbers, and we're gonna go hang out. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I already kind of, but they the types that you got to spend a little cash on, and I'm not going to. But you got to know the ones that you're dealing with because they want to go have fun. Everything that they was talking about was fun. Like no, you don't want to have fun with me. I don't want to have fun with you. Like it's not worth my time when I can go get another few. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like you got to know which ones you're dealing with. Like BGS said, like you got to match their energy because some of them it's really about the cash. It's really about going out and having fun. Now, what the fuck they going to do with the cash is that they going to blow it, so they'll come back. But but then you got other ones that quote unquote the sapiosexual word always keeps popping out. Them you can get in their head, and then
that's some bullshit until you actually get to know me. I'm sorry. I keep telling people this shit.
Yeah. It's not bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's that they want to talk about what they want to talk about, though.
Yeah. It's not get to know them, but guess what? I don't care how good of a damn book that shit is. If the cover doesn't look nice, you ain't opening the book.
It depends. It depends. I
was about to say
didn't make sense how they could bag chicks, but he had a way of talking and match their energy, and they went. So there's something to it.
I got four.
Let me thank a couple
I would say a lot of
let me thank a couple people. Right, Swift, thank you for the Cash App, and Salty Balls, thank you for the Cash App.
I'm gonna be Cash Apping you too, BGS, but my bad. I gotta Cash App you too, because you be dropping game. Listen, between you and Dr. Tia son, and Green Gorilla, I'm always like, y'all gotta drop more shit because y'all motherfuckers be on point. Y'all gotta drop more. Like I'm like, Dr. T, stop fucking teaching, just be a full time. But yeah, like with the women, it's like they want to talk about what they want to talk about. So
emotional labor with supplying. Yeah.
But even with the sapiosexual thing, like if you can figure out a woman's topic that she's interested in, you can make it intellectual enough to where they feel like you literally
heard them.
He sees me.
He's talking charm now.
And that's exactly how homeboy at the job bagged this chick, right?
Yeah. He definitely saw her.
But she was also the type of chick that wear a heart on her sleeve, though. And
she is. She's never had anybody really look at her.
She wanted to get she had to get married, and she was upset about where the fuck she was in life. She thought that she was pretty, but she lost weight. And there are some chicks who can lose weight and they still look 3.
The thing is, they don't know exactly where their level is because they're the fat girl, right? And they don't know exactly where their level is until they lose the weight.
Too much
and
exercise.
Shout out to Sethco.
And then when they lose the weight and then go back out on the market, then they find out where their true level is. Okay.
And if you're anything like me, you're like, where was all this at before I lost this weight? Get away from me.
The thing is, Toya. Okay,
she had more sense.
You had more sense, and 2, she wasn't happy with herself. Okay,
yeah,
that's the difference between you and her. No matter what weight you were, you were happy with yourself. You lost weight because you wanted to lose the weight.
Exactly.
You were naturally
not to get attention. She lost weight to get attention.
That's the worst reason for her to do that.
So when it comes to her having the surgery, though, obviously she ain't had no whole friends or whatever. So is it something that you don't think somebody put in her mind, or she just said, "Let me try"?
No, it was always there. That's why she wanted to lose weight. What did she say? I was always the fat girl, right?
Yeah,
that's the key. I was always the fat girl. But I was glad she could be the flyest fat girl I could be. She always wanted to be fly, right?
Okay.
But an image.
But she was lazy. Because if you can't change your diet on your own and get your ass in the gym regularly, which is the highest probability, then you're lazy.
But it's also you're dealing with a society that has been championing that ethos about them for a very long time. And you remember she said if I'm gonna be fat, then I'm gonna be fly.
And remember,
right?
I'm gonna blow y'all.
Wait, hold on. Let me land.
Okay, go ahead and land.
And so with her in that flyness that she believes she achieved, she had some form of merit to herself. Did she not? All right. So now what's the next step? Oh, okay. Maybe I can get even flyer by losing some weight. But
losing weight,
Can I drop a little bit of black pill on y'all?
Go ahead. Did you land?
No. Go ahead. You got
it. So there's a huge proportion of women that because of their weight, they can't go out and be on hot girl summer as much as they as much as they want to. Like my ex-wife literally said this to me and it blew my fucking mind. She said, if I was to lose weight, I would be the biggest fucking hoe.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Listen, you can call it a red flag, but for the shit that I'm into, that was a small thing at this point.
Yeah.
But there's a segment of women that will literally, they just want the ability to be in the spaces with the type of guys to get fucked. It's not that they want the relationship. Right. It's not that they want the commitment. They want to be able to get. That's why she started talking about Birkin bags and all that stupid shit.
Yeah.
She want to be able to finesse dudes the way that the prettier women finesse dudes, so that way they can work less. That's where the lazy really kicks in.
Yeah.
Because they see that the pretty girls can get on jets and boats and shit, and they want that same experience. It's not always about trying to bag a dude.
You're right.
It's a far smaller population of women that actually want to get married. They want the ability to say that they're married to validate something, not to be able to say anything else.
Especially black women. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, like they want to like they really. In my belief, she only wants the man now because she realizes that the market is bad and that she can't hone in, but not because it's really a deep earned thing that she wants. It's just that she wants to be able to. She really wanted to just get fucked good, like BGS said. He wasn't laying down the pipe.
That was key. Yeah, when I heard that.
Probably because she didn't like the fact that she had to go back to her own race of people called the big backs. And
right.
I mean, when you're having sex and it both looks like peekaboo, it looks like two different turkeys wrestling for the freedom of the world.
But she could. But the thing is, just like she lost
would be
weight,
upset too.
She could have talked to him. But the thing is,
that's exactly.
But the thing is, she didn't want him to lose the weight because that gave him the advantage.
Yeah.
She wanted him to stay the way he was.
What the hell did I say earlier?
What's that?
If your chick's losing weight You better be in that gym, clanging and banging, putting some muscle on. That's why.
He should have been in the gym first.
That's why you make sure you always have that threat over that looms over a woman's head that you can replace her.
But she wasn't in the gym though.
Exactly.
I don't think he needs to be in the gym.
I remember what Kevin used to say. Be the one that
very perceptive.
One time, yeah.
Did you not see that Hall of Fame ring on her finger?
On her finger?
On her finger. She was in the gridiron.
Oh shit. Okay, all right.
God
All right.
damn.
All right, who's next? Who hasn't gotten in that wants to get in?
I just want to get in real quick, if I may, please. I remember when Kevin had said that one. He said, "Be that one man that they want to cheat on with." If I'm saying that phrase correctly,
You are.
They want to cheat with, yeah.
To be the one that they want to cheat with.
Yeah.
Now here's the crazy thing. I remember I had. Forgive me, brothers, for I've sinned. I'm a different person now, but
Yeah,
I remember.
Here we go.
Bullshit. But go ahead.
I had old flings, ladies who I used to date in the past. They got married to different dudes. They come back to me after they in their marriage 5 years. Had a couple of ladies. They sit there. They will get the hotel room. They'll come out to the city where you at, set up the whole thing.
Yep.
And then just bounce on your lap. And you sit there and you look at the guy. I sit there and I look at the guy and I'm like, well, dang, what is he doing wrong to kind of deserve this? Because just out of my little bit of concern, I'm like, what is he doing?
He's not. Just like this, like you have a chick that if you're married, that you can always go get that pussy. Okay.
Yeah.
You that dude. You the concubine.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's nothing wrong with being the concubine. The thing is, if you're gonna be the concubine, well, it depends. If I always say get something for it. If you're gonna be the concubine, get something for it. Don't like she said, if she had known her place where she was just the fuck girl, she'd have got more from it. She didn't.
Yep.
There's basically there's not that much difference between men and women. Okay. Even though we would like to believe that there is, as far as they come at it from two different directions. They like variety just like you do. Okay, just like you, like you're the dude they want to fuck with, wouldn't marry. Okay, there's chicks out there that you will want to fuck all day long, but you wouldn't marry her ass.
Yep.
Why is that?
Yeah. Because there's because they didn't meet some kind of requirement that you probably had or something like that.
In other words, you that dude, right? Okay,
that's it.
And she know you're gonna be that dude. You're gonna be the concubine. You ain't gonna stop being a concubine just because you get married.
That's right.
Are you?
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah,
because I can still explore those options.
You probably will. Okay. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you still do, because you probably kind of matured past that, but that's probably what it is. You weren't the husband type.
Look, yeah, I don't do it now because I'm not trying to get shot or in an altercation just off them. Yeah, it's just not a wise decision.
In other words, you play the side dude position well. So if I need some variety, all I have to do is get the room. He'll show up and he'll do what he do.
Yep. Oh well, now I feel very good about myself, man. Damn, I should get the side dude position of the year. Hell yeah, I need an award.
Tell me more about this.
This man is side dude of the year.
In other words, I mean, if it floats your boat and all that kind of stuff, that's fine, man. The thing is just understand your position. Some people are like, oh shit, I mean, she don't really love me. Nah, nigga, she don't love you. Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even about that. It was just about the fun. Just like you would have fun with any other person. I mean, for me, it was like a basketball game. Okay, we finna go play basketball.
We're gonna play basketball. And I'm gonna make your legs shake and make you fall out of bed and pee on yourself. And I've done my job. Okay,
that's it.
And this is a crazy thing. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't take too many crazy techniques. It doesn't take all that choking stuff. 50 Shades of Grey.
All you gotta do is find the spot and hit it.
That's it.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's it.
For the most part,
it's like digging for oil. You're like, oh, I struck oil. Keep digging right there.
Okay, now wait a minute. It might not take choking, but wait a minute. You don't choke. What the fuck?
What he means is more like
In other
You don't touch your woman though, cuz.
In other words, I never did. But the thing is, if you understand anatomy, it's fairly simple, man. If you want to make leg shake, you find her spot, and just like a good fighter, you keep hitting it. Okay,
2 to 5 minutes. You'd be surprised. These women lie. You got to be on there for 3 minutes.
Like 5 to 10 minutes.
I had a lady. I had a lady that was so bored with. She must have been so bored with regular sex that she had a RA fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was this wasn't just no role playing type of deal. She wanted to go through the whole traumatic experience. Blew my mind. I could not. Obviously, I couldn't.
One of my best friends said the same thing.
But she can't do it with her husband because she doesn't want to introduce that into her marriage because he might like it. What if he likes it?
Or he's gonna say, "Where's this coming from?" All of a sudden,
or he might like it. But the thing is, that doesn't bother her. But the thing is, what if he likes it? Say, I want to do this once a month. Does she want to do it once a month?
Oh yeah. Yep.
And does she want to?
Don't nobody want to open up that can of worms.
Or does she want to do that particular fantasy with you? Because you might not be the right person for that job. So
my woman, I'm gonna cheat on my woman with my woman. She gonna be my motherfucking fantasy. If we doing this monogamy shit, bitch, you finna be my every motherfucking thing.
I wish people work that way, but they don't.
It's rare, man. If it's
it's rare, but you better make the standard shit.
I was about to say, if it didn't happen at the very beginning, good luck.
It's worse as you go along.
That's right.
Oh man.
So you go along because you got kids, you got bills, you got responsibilities, you got shit to do, and basically she got a job.
I didn't know BGS
knew to play with you. Huh? Go ahead.
I didn't know BGS knew how to make a country song.
It's called like Toya says, this country song called "Fuck Around and Find Out." Huh?
Yeah, that was big on the charts a while back.
Anyway,
I remember.
Hey Toya, thank you very much for confirming that RA fantasy that your friend had. I thought this was just. I thought that was rare, and I found out it's actually more common than you might even expect.
Yeah,
it sure is. Them conversations, I'm telling you, I be in them group chats.
Oh yeah. It happens all the time, but they have to have a certain role player to actually be in there.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what people don't.
Stevie Knight.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I guess your favorite comic must have been Eddie Murphy, the way you explained it, because you were able to make him go, "Ooh, I got this bitch! I got this bitch!" Eddie Murphy Raw back in 1987, folks.
Yeah,
it's
a crazy thing.
I was at that concert, and my fiance nodded and said, "Yep."
No.
I was in Vegas when he did that show. Yeah.
Look, I actually my favorite comic. It's funny you say that. My favorite comic is Bill Bellamy because of that How to Be a Player movie that he did. Had a huge impression on me, and I used him all the way up until I actually got married.
I guess you did. So So did they all cry at your wedding because you weren't available no more?
You know what? Here go the crazy thing, because social media kicked off, and I kept seeing posts about, oh, that door was closed to me, and thank God. And they didn't say anyone specific, but it was just a timeline.
Yeah.
And the content was right on cue.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they found out.
Women talk, man.
They never lost you, man. They never lost you.
They follow you.
Yeah, you're right.
They just say it because they're married. Okay.
And they check in, and look, it's 3 of them. They check in with me every year, faithfully.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a call for my
I'm not proud of that.
I was just about to say, I know BGS got a few of them that call him every year.
Yeah, I've been waiting on BGS to say this.
No. What I'm saying is, I got it. Well, my girlfriend from high school, she had left me alone for like 15 years ago. She said, I finally don't feel the same way I did about you that I did in high school. So
macaroni.
But she called me like a year ago, and she said, she actually gave me a letter that with wifey on it. I said,
oh shit. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. She was trying to find out if you would bite.
Yeah. That's what it was. You're right. You're right.
Told that about he just gave it the residuals, huh?
Oh, it's a long story. And I have a few of them, but yeah, it's a long story.
I bet it is long.
You shut up, boy. You don't know nothing, girl. You don't know nothing, girl.
I'm up here, so I gotta give it back to you a little bit.
I've been told stories like that before by exes, but next thing you know, we waking up and having breakfast. Who was meant to be, it was meant to be.
That's why there's certain cities I can't move to. Okay. Because that would happen.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah. My thing, I always wanted to say was like we said about the Bill Bellamy joke. I remember like Chris Rock said once you get that ring, now everybody starts looking at you funny because all the chicks started hitting on you. Where were you when I was single?
Okay. Once you get the ring, okay, then there's a certain kind of a certain segment of women that will actually fuck with you, right? Because that means that you can't really connect with her all the time because she wants the space, right? So I know a good friend, right? A good friend of my ex's, right? She picked married guys for that reason because they couldn't take away her freedom. Yeah, they were available when she wanted them to be available. She got what she wanted. She went out. She she dipped. The thing is, they couldn't press her because guess what? They married.
Yep.
So and there's a certain segment of women that will actually pick you because you're married. Okay, because you can't do that. You can't fuck up what's going on at home because normally a lot of chicks have something going. They got a husband. They got
a dude.
They got a dude, right? And they want to know that you're not going to come knocking on the door one day because you got sprung and caught feelings. So they pick a dude, either a dude that they know that's a concubine that ain't gonna fuck up anything because they know the ones that will do that or do that's married. So even though you get married, there's a whole segment of women that will actually chase you. So he got a ring. That means he's this, that, or the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A lot of guys gotta realize why a particular woman wants you. See, a lot of guys don't think about that.
Yep. Because
my suspicious about that shit.
Because my best friend, man, he was married 3 times, right? And
he
was married 3 times. Long story. But anyway, there was a whole bunch of women that would hit on him that would not even look at me, okay? Because he had the ring on. It took me a long time to figure it out. And he would tell them up front, I said, I'm married. Are you leaving your wife? Nope. And they, that's good. And they go, go right on, right on down the list. So, but there's psychological reason for a whole bunch of this shit. Why women and men get together. Because after observing this shit for like 30 years, it's, okay, now I get it. So I'm kind of slow, but now I get it because you see it so much. You ask players, okay, why you pick her? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. How you get her straight? Well, I tell her I'm married and I'll whoop your ass if you call my house. Okay. And you gonna fuck with me, you ain't gonna fuck with me. So
that's the social contract, though.
It's a contract. If you're gonna fuck with me, I told you I'm married. I'm happily married. I'm not leaving my wife. And sometimes he find a way to actually introduce her to his wife. Okay, this is my wife, blah, blah, blah. So in other words, if you see her ass, you keep stepping. Okay.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened with the social ethos of, people who just jumped around like that back then versus now? Because there used to be, honors, honor amongst thieves and shit.
Well, because back then most people were married. 2, pregnancy was a real thing. Okay. Right. And 3, people believed in roles and duty. Yeah. So even though they were fucking around, they, I got to jump off his penis because they go home with my husband.
It was more respectable.
It was more respectable. The hoes were more respectable back then. Anyway.
No, it's true.
It's true.
So when the age of the diesel, hoes lose.
We have a whole lot of disrespectful hoes, just like this one that got fooled, they got caught.
Hey, well, I'd like to recommend a movie to everybody. It's called my favorite 5, I forgot who the actress is, but she was in one of those Tyler Perry movies.
Okay.
It came out in like 2013. The short synopsis is there's this lady and she got 5 dudes for 5 different responsibilities and roles in her life. And that and that preceded the social media thing that's going on, in which all these ladies are now going into that. Well, I can't, not all ladies, please excuse me, but just the culture is going towards that.
It's harder to do because it's easier to get caught with social
Yes.
media.
My favorite 5.
Yeah, that's called a rotation, man. I mean, what we're really seeing, the problem is a lot of guys thinking that this shit's new. No, this shit is just being exposed. There's a segment of women who always have a rotation. That's why I said earlier. You need to know why this woman wants you and how she perceives you. Because if it has nothing to do with what you got going on, it ain't gonna end well for you.
Nope. That's why a hoe's gonna have a rotation. That's why.
This nigga still.
Anyway, we go through one more round and then we're gonna
oh wow.
Sure,
I got to work tonight, so I'm about to hit the shower. You know.
All right, peace, BGS. Thanks for the sharpening, y'all. Holla.
I'm gonna just say this, you know. I'm sorry, but when big bitches ain't shit, and the big backs attack, part 2.
and thank you, Daryl Davis, for the Cash App, and y'all hit my likes because I know y'all enjoyed this one, if nothing else. I know you guys did enjoy it.
I'm just gonna end off on this vote. Damn. That's what happens when they get a surgery. They think they're cute, but then reality hits them. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, the dude she was messing with probably was some gold tooth, corny ball ass nigga.
I
doubt it.
No, I doubt it. He was at work. He was a work hoe, but basically he's clean cut. He's clean cut. He's respectable looking. Okay, and that's what they fall for.
Yeah.
But he knows how to get them in and rock their world when he gets them.
But you know they will throw their whole life away for a dusty looking nigga, boy.
But
smoothest penetration ever.
But he wasn't dusty though. That's the problem.
He's married.
I'm just laughing because be careful what you wish for because you just might get it.
Yeah, they were laughing at her though because they said she'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
She was willing to throw it all away, man. I was like, God.
I appreciate you for the Cash App, Biz.
I took that baby and got out.
I just want to mention, since we were talking about, like certain females who try to finesse dudes, that sort of things, you guys need to check out this documentary that was put out by Channel 4 back in 2011. It's called Sex, Lies, and Written Guides. It's British.
Okay.
But it lays down the whole thing about finessing.
Yeah.
How they were able to do it.
Yeah, how the mark and all that kind of stuff. But Rogish and I think Tori talked about sex life, right? But sex life is a different thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not, the woman already knew her value. The thing is, she ran into a thunderbolt that didn't work out. And one thing about a thunderbolt, okay, once you split up, if you're married, you need to stay away from him. And she couldn't. That's her problem.
By the way, the movie he said, my favorite 5, is it?
Yeah.
My favorite 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 2015. I seen who the actress. I'm like, Rochelle Yates, her name.
Ooh. Yeah. I only watched it because she was in it, but it was enlightening.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, the white women call that their what do they call them? A harem. A male
virtual harem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Look, I'm a head on up out of here, but I'm gonna just close out with my last statement here. I'm considering taking the gigolo position. I might take over one of my first customers for real, because this is an untapped market.
It's been around for a while. But that's what Rom calls the sexual underground, right?
Yep.
That world, right?
Yep.
Gigolo shit. Yeah.
Yep.
The underworld.
Yeah.
I know a whole bunch of them that do that shit, man. They gave me the game. So.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, but thank you so much, BGS. Hey, everybody else, thank y'all so much. Toya, we appreciate you for being real. Salute to everybody. Peace, love.
It was real. That's why I wanted her up here, because she went through the journey. But the thing is, she knew how to handle it, where this chick didn't.
Yeah.
Know how to handle it.
Toya, are you there?
Sí, señor.
Dandin, I just wanted to ask you, you're 5'8". Currently, how much do you weigh?
I'm clocking in at about 165 here in Texas.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad.
When I got here, I was 150.
Okay.
No.
All that oil in that food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in a healthy range.
And it tastes.
I haven't missed a rice or a bean since.
She has it. No, she like it. She like it.
Oh,
hot sauce.
And Texas, they know how to cook. Okay, nothing else.
Oh yeah,
they do. Oh, they know
rice and beans.
Rice and beans, and plus other things. So it ain't
just. I'm gonna tell you something. On Z's hangout, which I pissed off a lot of people in, and I'm explaining about that a little bit. When we talked to Toya about her being a big girl and everything, and how she wasn't fast, she mentioned her cook hand was strong. Her cook hand is still strong.
Yeah,
not strong. Strong.
I just made some smothered chicken wings last night.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me. Don't play
it's okay. I can't even eat chicken wings like that no more.
But the thing, she practiced portion control, so she.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and she worked. Hey, respect. The reason I asked her,
she's for taste instead of get full. Yeah. So
exactly.
But the reason I asked you that question is because I remember asking this question once before, but just repeat myself. How are your knees?
My left knee cracks a lot, but they both work very well, and I squat low.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get you to a.
I am not gonna touch that one. I'm gonna leave that one.
Oh, look at it now. She's trying to get.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Well, don't look at me like that. Hey, those lips, yours.
And she's 5'8", officially tall for a woman.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. She's
trouble. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm a man that knows no trouble when he sees it. Okay.
BGS is like James Ingram when he's saying, "I don't have the heart."
No, basically, a man has to know, like Clint Eastwood said, man has to know his limitations. Okay.
Exactly. He has the heart.
Oh, Clint. Yeah, I remember.
He has the mind to stay away.
Ooh, I know.
There's a difference.
I know.
I mean,
I learned.
I know. Yeah, you don't. But I've heard that before. Okay. And the woman that said it to me, I got 2 babies by. Okay. So actually, I don't mean no harm with a little chocolate self. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, BGS, be glad it wasn't diabetes, like I said that one time we talked about that.
Okay. All right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyway, closing thoughts, folks, because we got to get out of here.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, man. Appreciate the space. Yeah, this is the fun one, man. This is a real good. This is juicy. But the thing for me, it's not even about the women. My thing is more so the guys' expression, because a lot of guys really don't really understand how women really are or can be. I'm like, dude, why are you surprised? This is like rated G.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I picked it, because she was so honest. Because a couple things she left out, but things for the most part, you just walked into everything that I've seen over the past 30 years, baby, and dive deep into it. And knew that he had, that was his wife. Stop playing. That wasn't his girl. His wife. I can't leave now. I can't go. God, you dumb bitch. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Louis?
18 months later, come on.
18 months.
18 months later.
It'd have been 18 years later if she hadn't gotten caught. She wouldn't have stopped, and she'd kept her husband. She didn't want to leave her husband.
I agree.
She was like Biggie, but she was like Diddy.
Hotels would have became motels.
Man,
or back seats or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. I'm surprised they weren't just doing it in the car the way she was acting.
Or let the kid go to school. Okay.
Yeah.
Once the kids start school, okay, then they be lunchtime. Come by the place during lunch, okay.
She was that's what Rom said. You got to double back home. Once in a while when you go to work.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen it too much. It's, come on, baby, you ain't gonna do this. Yeah, but you got to. Yeah, is what it is. Anybody else closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are this, but before BJS, did you check out Mrs. Z's last hangout over the weekend?
Some of it. I didn't check all of it. I just
all right. Oh, okay. Well, you're probably gonna hate my guts for this, but again, I pissed off a lot of people that night. But I'm not apologizing. It's y'all a little discombobulated if your woman wants a doggy style, but I will be talking some more shit about that on Mrs. Z's next panel because did I hurt a lot of people's feelings.
I don't know why, but okay. I'll take your word for it.
Toya knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You are too much, Naaman.
He is.
Oh, hey, I am. Bye-bye.
That's why his nickname is Screwy.
I almost just called him that, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else closing thoughts?
I reapplied my lip gloss for you.
Ooh. Okay. You ain't. I hate you.
I just had to.
I hate you.
I just had to.
I hate you. You know. I ain't gonna talk about it. and this dude over here, okay. This Negro here.
A great combo.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But this dude here. All right, y'all. Let me jump off of here. Let me go see what my knucklehead grandson is doing.
Peace, ease, and whatever you please, BGS.
I know, baby. I know. All right, y'all. Peace out.